Rheneas. Skarloey is the Skarloey Remember shot with the Skarloey with the coaches and school children, and Rheneas is the gallant old engine shot with him at the station with the water tower. That's a
This is
classic
also
one.
sorry. This is also the Benny that does the signals, right? Because I have
Yep.
so many ideas for signals. So many ideas for signals. Like just I love the signals, the hybrid signals, but like I want to replace every single signal I've ever used on a version of the iOS, like any version of the iOS with those signals. But like I use so many different signals. Like there are so many signals that I have ideas for. Like, hey, can you make a hybrid version of this signal? And it's like I don't want to just constantly bother them with signals,
You
but
can just
also at the same time I
you can
do.
attend the hybrid iOS streams and see if they what they can do.
Oh, okay. Also, I one major one I do want to ask is, can they make a spline version of the gantry?
I don't know. I gotta ask at some point. But right now, I'm at the moment. I'm trying to provide Railway series
Pictures,
shots. Yeah,
railway series
pictures of
shots.
the
I totally understand. Yes.
trying to get
Um.
Peter Sam now.
Okay. The picture of Peter Sam with the Geisel funnel going up
No,
that
like
hill.
yeah, that's right. But also, I need some of the old funnel as well.
The old funnel. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Um. Yeah. I do love that shot with the Giesel funnel going over the hill, going up that little incline, and there's the is, and then there's the guy on the with the horse-drawn wagon, even though it's like in the '60s or something like that, because like it's just so Wales. Even though it's not Wales, it's Sodor, but Sodor is kind of Wales
Well,
inspired. It's
Welsh.
so Wales to have like
Welsh.
that horse-drawn.
All right, well,
I know, but saying I'm not saying Welsh. It's like inspired by Wales. Just cutting out the words inspired by. You know what I mean. But it's very inspired by Wales to have like that a horse-drawn wagon in the middle of this road in the '60s. Because I think it was the '60s. It might have been the late '50s. I don't remember when that picture was supposed to be, but it was. It's very countryside. It's very rural and picturesque, and I cannot remember if that was a horse-drawn wagon or if it was just a person riding a horse. But I remember a horse in that picture. Now I have to look. I do have that. I do have the Railway Series pictures in my recent files in the Google Drive. So
I've got the box.
I know, and I have the books right next to me.
I have the books, but I have them all the way back at home, all the way like too far away from me to get them.
Yeah.
I have them right here next to me as well, but I also have uh y- um uh Unlucky Tugs. Uh
If you hear other chatter in the background, it's because my roommates are making some noise right now.
no worries. I mean, I when I try and do anything like this, I end up having my family try and talk to me.
Get out of my room, my
Um
God.
it's my grandma and my dad. But my dad's
Right.
away right now, so that's fine.
Ugh.
Say, would you like some cookies, dear? God, Grandma, get out of my room. You never leave me do anything. God.
Well, she's just nosy. She's very nosy. Oh, how do you spell illustrations?
Illustrations with double L.
cannot find.
Gotta take this L, sport. Okay, so we're out.
I need some pictures of Sir Handel. I think it's both the one with the bogey coaches.
I always feel like using stone walls against the road is lazy, but I don't know because it does happen. You do see it around. And it's
Oh
like,
no, it's a very, very thing.
it is, but
It's very much a thing.
Right. Shit. I've noticed a lack of T-Jock. I'm gonna alert if.
that's why T-Jock's at work.
Yeah, fair. We had a pretty big bot enter the CNC server just yesterday.
A bot.
Yeah, a very not safe bot.
Uh-oh.
Bots
A very bot.
these days.
That sucks.
Thankfully, Callum took care of it.
Uh,
So woke up very late today. Probably because I was up all night.
hey. Oh, it's just the Railway series. Okay, that's why I can't. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. Oh, it was. When did? It was in the Little Old Engine, I think. Trucks. Roll Twins. When did Peter Sam get his new funnel?
It's 61.
4 little engines.
It was
No,
60.
So
It was 61.
So it would have been Gallant Old Engine. Special funnel. Oh no! See, there is no. It's a different. It's a different illustration I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of 2 different engines together. I was mixing 2 together. Because in the end, the one I'm thinking of is the last one in Special Funnel 17.1 in the folder, the Railway Series folder by Unlucky Tug, and it's
Right.
just him climbing up a hill, and with the original 4 coaches, and there is no road scene in it. It's in It's in one in the Little Old Engine, I think, that has an engine that has a picture of a horse-drawn carriage, like a horse-drawn wagon. Might be.
Yeah, unless you have some Scarlowy bogey, unless Benny has some Scarlowy bogey coaches, this the only positive picture of Sir Handel I found was with the Mid-Soda Railway coaches in Home at Last. It's like the only positive picture.
Good one.
The only
No.
positive picture with Sir Handel.
Yeah, because Sir Handel's always a grump.
An even bigger grump than Duncan.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, okay, it was Home at Last. Yeah, with the that's the one with the.
I know. Oh, I know where this is. This is the Thomas the Guard shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then that's actually the one you're talking about is the one I was thinking of that has the horse and wagon, and that's actually Sir Handel, not Peter Sam. And what's funny is in that picture we're talking about with Sir Handel, did you notice that they drew Sir Handel with Dolby style wheels?
Yep, that's the only time in the book that he has red wheels.
That any of them have red wheels, I think. That's funny. That's really funny, actually. Yeah, and then that's the one that I was thinking of. So I was mixing that picture and then the picture of Peter Sam with his Geisel funnel together.
Giesel.
Giesel, sorry.
Goes the Giesel.
Actually, I was thinking about that. That's really interesting. That's like, I was thinking of doing a thing, just a short little like throwaway line of like, they're, in like a later story where they ask Peter Sam, they tell Peter Sam, hey, we're going to take your Geisel funnel away because it's not, it doesn't show any, coal consumption, reduction. And he says, but it makes puffing easier. And because that's what they say in the book. And like, so I'm going to, but like they took, what's Peter's, it's not Sir Hayden, that's Sir Handel's. I can't remember.
It's Edward Thomas.
Edward Thomas, thank you. They took Edward Thomas's one away in real life, but they never took away Peter Sam's.
Because it didn't really improve the performance. The reason they didn't take it away for Peter Sam was for that Peter Sam could stand out from the rest of the engines.
Well, yes, that, but also in like my series, what I'm going to have be is like he could explain why it helped him, whereas Edward Thomas couldn't, because he's not anthropomorphized. So, whereas Edward Thomas couldn't explain why his helped him, Peter Sam could, and that's why they never took away Peter Sam's.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to do in my series when I get to that point. I just thought it was a cute little gag. Just like a little, like kind of like how there was another thing I was gonna do. Actually, I was rewatching just cute little background moments like that are things I really like. Like maybe it'd be a background moment in a different episode, an unrelated episode, and cute little background moments like that are things I really enjoy, like that just explain lore. And in my adaptation of, I might have mentioned this, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned this, in my adaptation of Edward and Gordon, I put into it the bit about the guard going away, and that's why he wasn't there at the station. Like I put in the bit of, I have the bit from the books that is from Edward's Day Out about Edward, hooking up to the coaches and then the guard not being there at the station. And then I also put in the bit about that of, the guard left when they were, fixing because the coach didn't have a front coupler, and then they had to put the front coupler back on. And then that's why the guard wasn't there, was because he went for 11sies. And so just like these little bits of lore that are in the kind of that the Reverend kind of put together, that, and then also like little background bits. So, which, talking about background bits that are just like, hey, this is just like a little joke that's in the background of the scene, made me think of Richard giggling at the butterfly when he's crashed. Reckless Redemption. That made me crack up when I saw that.
I think the Richard series is what really made Carson to return to making good, like making trains videos.
Oh God, I really like Carson. He's so I saw an idea somebody said based off of the fact that they liked Old Slow Coach's characterization in Carson's videos. I can't remember where I saw it though, but it was like the idea was, what if Old Slow Coach was Thomas's special coach? And I was like, oh, that's brilliant. That's absolutely
I like
brilliant.
that. It's just that I wouldn't it doesn't really make sense in my head canon.
That it would work. It depends on like what your headcanon is, and because the special coach is clearly seen in the screenshot of what was filmed and discarded as another one of another of Annie and Clarabelle's type. But in my
Fair.
series, Annie and Clarabelle is going to be a bogey version of themselves, basically. Because I'm using NG stuff, and NG has a bogey version of Annie and Clarabelle. So I said, well, I'll just use the bogey version of Annie and Clarabelle because I like that concept. So, with Old Slow Coach being a bogey carriage, it would make sense that they'd be bogeyed. It would be another bogey coach with bogey Annie and Clarabelle. But I'm not sure. I might make it like a spec. Oh, actually, since the bogey tan coaches has the Toby's Museum coach livery with it, maybe I'll make it the Toby's Museum coach livery as the special coach. Oh, that could be interesting.
I just find it so weird that that for all this time the special coach turned out to be that just Annie and Clarabelle's spaces, the 10 coaches.
Yeah, it was just one of the tan coaches.
Yeah,
To be fair, in the
lazy on their part.
well, it was
kind of
money.
like it's kind of like the Gravity Falls reveal where actually no, very very weird reference that I'm making, but
No, please make a Gravity Falls reference.
It's kind of that time where in an episode where in the Ducktective reveal he has a twin brother, and Mabel's literally us fans like a tan coach. That's what the special coach looked like.
Although to be fair, that Ducktective has a twin brother was like literally foreshadowing.
Yep, ultimate foreshadowing to Ford.
Exactly.
Patchy the Pirate betrayed his moment.
Exactly. It's. I love Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls was amazing. What a great show. Also, the fact that one episode predicted two of the biggest games of that year.
Major resurgence as a result of the Book of Bill recently.
Yeah. Anyway, I was. What was I gonna? Oh yeah. To be fair, in the books, the special coach was just literally just another Wild Northwester coach. So it's like they could have made it one of the Monsell coaches, but that would have looked weird up next to Annie and Clarabelle. Although it would have been interesting, but it would have looked weird. But that whole episode, the whole story, I do agree with Unlucky Tug that the way that the story is written is not great. And then it would have been weird. It would have been, it's not that it's, you could make it work in a children's show, but you'd have to rewrite it, and they weren't going to rewrite it, so they just scrapped it. Because it's like, I mean, Britt Allcroft made all the characters on the Skarlovi Railway different colors so that kids wouldn't get them confused. And that was after she already made...
Even if they made the decision to make the Skarlowi engines in season 2 or season 3, the same decision of the colors.
It was 4
would still
actually.
apply. It would, yes, I know, but no, it's a what if. It's
a what if. I know. I understand.
If they made them during season 2 or season 3, the same decision would have been applied anyways.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that was already after they had scrapped special coach, So it's clear that special coach was going to be scrapped no matter what, because it was already a confusing story the way Audrey wrote it, because Audrey had wrote it not necessarily wrong, but a little too complex for what needed to happen.
Yeah.
He didn't write it wrong. I'm not going to say Audrey wrote it wrong. He just wrote it too complex for what needed to happen. They didn't need to switch tenders. I think what happened is he wrote it that they had names originally. He might have I'll say this, what in hindsight, maybe he wrote it like they were going to have nameplates attached to them immediately they got onto Sodor, and then scrapped that idea and forgot to change like part of his idea for special coach, and then that's why they swapped tenders and just never changed it. And that would probably make sense and explain why they swapped tenders in special coach. And it just made that story more confusing than it needed to be. It is a confusing story. I have not. Here's the thing: is I don't know what I'm going to do with that story. I might just allude to it. I might make it make more sense. I might just have them not swap tenders. I might just skip that entire part of the story and have them not swap tenders, and then it'll just make sense suddenly. Or not, maybe not necessarily suddenly make sense, but it'll definitely be less confusing. This is the thing. Yeah, it's definitely very, very interesting. I like seeing what different people do with different, like, especially when people do stories that are like, or series that are like adaptive series. Instead of just, I mean, I do like series that are a lot of custom stories, unique stories, but I like series that have adaptive story. Oh, I can't talk right now. I'm having a hard time. But I am curious. I like I like ones that involve World War II. I like the ones that are like, what happened on Sodor during World War II?
I don't know. We really don't know what the heck happened during
Well,
World War II. There's
Yeah.
really the only real thing that was kind of noteworthy was that Barrow was bombed, and it really kind of changed the overall design of the station.
Yeah, that's one
Because
thing.
there was a big spanning roof over Barrow, but now because of the bombing, Barrow now has no big not terminus, but no spanning roof.
So, yeah, overhead roof. Yeah, that's definitely one of those
Something
things.
that's also noteworthy of Barrow is that like throughout the years, the track around Barrow kind of changed because there used to be a track that went from one side of the platform and kind of converged with the other track on the other side. But now that's just been made into a siding. That's just really sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see like that would be a really interesting thing to see would be like what was the I think I think Christopher would be the only one who would ever have like this is what the track plan at Barrow is in the Railway series. I don't think
Barrow's
the Reverend
kind of
ever thought about it.
Barrow really wasn't really done good in the Wilbur era. Like it was only until Christopher who ever really portrayed Barrow how it was in current day.
Mm-hmm. I think
it's like
is Barrow ever seen?
It's like a one as much as a lot of people give slack to to Christopher Audrey. The let's see, the Clive Spong illustrations. Clive Spong was dead center with Barrow and Furnace. That was like literally dead center. Barrow, what Barrow would look like in real life.
Yeah, I think the only thing he was missing was there were just no electric like overhead wires on Barrow, but that's because he had a picture of Barrow that he based it on. Like you can see the exact picture that he based Barrow on Wikipedia for Barrow and Furnace Station. But and then he took out the electrical wires because I think he was I don't
I think that would be
like
a
the
bit too
overhead wires.
complex to. I feel like that
It'd
would have
be
been
too
too
complex
complex to
to try.
illustrate.
To illustrate, that makes sense. Yeah. Speaking of electrical wires, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about this, but opinion on Peel Godred branch being electrified to Woodhead standards.
Woodhead standards.
Yeah, Woodhead. I like the idea of the Peel Godred branch being run by EM1s and EM2s. It's something I like. It's just a concept I am a fan of.
Fair. I feel like the electrification on Peel Godred would have been upgraded either way, despite being electrified in the 1920s.
Yeah,
I feel like
so
electrification would have been upgraded either way as time went on.
yeah, so it's clearly it was upgraded sometime around, like it was upgraded and probably upgraded again. I have it so it was upgraded and then not upgraded again. So like it was probably so in the Railway series it was probably upgraded to like Woodhead standards and then upgraded again once like Woodhead standard was like not standard, like once it was like once they decided like, hey, the Woodhead is like not what we're going to go with around the rest of the system. And so once it was like not what do they call like the Hymix and the Kobos and the it's not standard, but it's like it's I can't remember the term, but it's like what they call the diesels that were not the norm. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's a specific word. Unlucky Tug uses it all the time. It's a very specific word, but I apologize that I'm being weird. Anyway, and and then they probably in the Railway series they probably upgraded the Peel Godred branch line to like what was the actual standard on British rails. In my series, they just kept the Woodhead electrification and kept it running and kept the engines, under well repaired and all that. And so, and before that, it was the northeastern style electrification in the 20s, presumably.
Okay.
Because I like those engines are so funky. They're so cool looking. The weird, sloped nosed, northeastern electrification style ones, and then the later LNER ones. Yeah, they're so cool.
Speaking of Kildane, there's been a theory going around that the station that we see in Doubleheader is not actually Kildane because they say that the reason that the person in question who says that Kildane is not Kildane in Doubleheader is Reesby Davis. It's because he thinks the illustration depicts the station as far too small and with one singular siding. And I read I heard the audio and I read the story. It only said siding, not sidings, like as in plural. There's apparently only one siding at the station, and that's hard to believe when it comes to thinking about Kildane. Kildane, you would think would be a bit larger, and considering also this is the start of the electric line.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes,
and also it's got a whole bunch like the ballast processing, although who knows how far away that is from the actual station.
And
And then it's
considering
got
considering how cramped Krog is, when it comes to its town, there wouldn't really be any room for an MPD. I mean, there is one, but it's pretty small. Kildane would
yeah,
probably be the one containing the major MPD for the engines.
yeah, exactly. And then also at Kildane, isn't Kildane where the uh,
Yeah,
monorail terminal is?
yeah, the motor rail terminal and the ballast processing plant.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of stuff at Kildane, so there'd be a lot of
I'm not
stuff
really
there.
surprised people pointed the ironworks towards the direction of Kildane, but that always kind of confused me. As even before the unlucky tug, I was like, why is the ironworks at Kildane? I never knew until like, so Kildane's like of like the big industrial hub. Okay, fair.
Yeah, yeah. There's lots of stuff in Kildane. Um, I did want to talk about just real quickly, because it was on my mind, and then I did want to talk about the names of my engines on the Peel Godward branch because I'm so proud of it. It's they're all named after the EM1s are all named after electric guitar pioneers because they're all electric engines. So like, I was really proud of that idea. And then the EM2s are named after early rock stars. So because they come in like 53, so like early rock and roll stars. So
Okay.
my EM1s are, I have to look them up now. I have a big spreadsheet of them. I have a spreadsheet of all my engines, so like all the engines that exist in my series. Except I need to make a spreadsheet for my visiting engines because I have so many of those. But the electric engines are Floyd, after guitar Floyd Smith. I can't remember his full name, but then Les after Les Paul, or Les after Les Paul. Charlie, Rosetta. So I have one female electric engine. Big Bill, and yes, he would come after Little Bill, basically. And then the two EM2s are Elvis and Chuck, which should be obvious. But yeah, so early electric guitar pioneers, and then Elvis, Chuck Berry. I might have to change Elvis's name to like Buddy. Because I don't think Elvis was actually playing guitar by 1953.
Just call him Sivley.
No,
It's his name.
I'm no, yeah, I know it's his name backwards. I'm thinking I want them to. The idea is that like there's a bunch of like workmen at Kildane who've come over from America, and they're like, oh, they're electric. We'll name them after people who play electric guitar in America, and like the Sudrians are okay, sure, we'll go with that, and so, but I'm thinking like for Elvis, I don't think Elvis was playing guitar in 1953, so I might name him Buddy because like I think Buddy Holly was playing guitar in 1953.
Okay.
Moo. Cow. I was watching
Someone watching SpongeBob.
Yeah. Oh shit! Is my mic? I have an open mic for some. The fuck? Why is my mic open? The fuck? Wait, hold
I was
on.
watching I was watching The Reluctant Dragon the other day. Actually, that was kind of fun. old Disney movie. Kind of an interesting Disney movie in that it was about making cartoons. So I love my favorite part in that is where they talk about making Foley. Do you know what Foley is?
Yeah, it's like using objects and stuff to create sound effects. So I did it.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, I did it for a bit in college, and
Really?
Foley is one of my favorite things
Right.
in the movies. Especially in cartoons, because cartoon Foley is some of the most fun stuff.
Right.
I love like using when a person falls and they use the sound of pots and pans falling, that is one of the best things ever. I
Right, hold on.
love cartoons actually.
Like that. I shit. I don't know why my mic is open. I might have to leave call for a second and then sort this out.
Let's just put on like push to talk or something.
Hold on.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
I don't know why, but
Oh.
all right. Let me test out the voice options. This noise is getting a little bit much. I mean, not my computer. The roommates.
Yeah, no, I know.
First, they had to chatter a lot more. Stream. Okay, so since this is between Toriak and Elsbridge, my main question: where do you put the flooded line from Percy's Promise?
that's before.
That is a good question.
That's before Dry Oldwood Station.
Oh, okay,
Fair.
cool.
Yeah.
Fair.
Question: where is Miner's Halt?
What,
I was
from-
thinking about that the
from
other day.
Series 5.
I think it's from Series 5. I don't know
Yeah.
where.
Oh, yeah.
where
That's
exactly
right.
it
The
is.
Miner's Halt and the coal mine. That's right.
I think
Yeah,
I think that's
my
the one-
thinking. Go ahead.
Peel of Godbread.
Well, that's cool. Oh, that's kind of
Peel
cool. Yeah,
Godred,
I like
wow, that's a long way away. Well, actually, you know what? That's fair, considering how mountainous the coal mine area
that.
is.
Yeah, yeah. So what I'm thinking is because I don't know if you're going to follow the Railway Series lore that there's no coal mines on Sodor, because I kind of like that lore. But if you are going to follow that lore, you could make it like the mine halt for like a different mine. But if you aren't going to follow that lore, just make it the mine halt to like a coal mine.
I didn't know that's what was in the Railway Series lore. It's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
in the
no,
railway.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what was followed in the railway series. Like in the railway series, the rule that was that all coal that was transported always came from the mainland, since there was no coal deposits found on Sodor.
Yeah, I can't remember in one early draft of my series there was one coal deposit on Sodor and it ran out before it ran out. They found it, and when they found it, they were like, okay, it was like as the railroad was being built, and they were like, let's test. They found it as the railroad was being built, and before they could get a steam engine onto the railroad, it ran out. That was my lore. That was my lore. So like they used it all up before they could get like a plateway wagon like a plateway steam engine, like think like Puffing Billy, onto the railroad, and so they were just like, okay, well, whatever. And then they got, you know, and then they were like, okay, we still need a steam engine for this thing, and then started shipping coal to get a steam engine. You know, they were shipping coal before they found the coal deposit, and then kept shipping coal after the coal deposit ran out. It was just a stupid little idea I had. I'll probably, chuck it. My series is very silly, in case you can't tell.
Everyone likes a bit of wacky now and then.
Yeah, it's not, it's a little wacky, but it's mostly just kind of silly sometimes. A lot of the silliness comes from like background elements, like ads on buses, on double-decker buses, or
Okay, that's interesting.
private. That's one of the things I do, or private owner wagons. Not like um a lot of them are references to like things I'll do. So like I've been doing a lot of private owner wagon reskins of uh engine Welsh engineer stuff, and I've been doing some that are like Tinmouth Moron Barrow Gravels, which initializes to TMBG, which is also the initials of one of my favorite bands.
Okay.
And then
Which band is that?
They Might Be Giants.
Okay.
Yeah. And then or
They might be
Andrews.
Giants. Let's go.
Yeah. Or I did one that's for the grouping era that's supposed to be a coal merchants on the LMS that's Andrews, and Andrews, which is a reference to the Andrews sisters.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly. And then I also have one that's a mining company on Sodor that is a reference to, that is PXL Riffs, which is a reference to a Minecrafter I watch, Pixel Riffs.
Okay.
Yeah, so just kind of little silly stuff like that. And then, the bus ads. I have so many good bus ads. I've got stuff like bus ads for Roxxon from the Marvel Universe. I've got bus ads for Big Break cigarettes from the Mafia Universe. It's stuff like that. It's just little stuff that shows up in the background, generally.
Yeah.
I'm also going to have tankers for Roxxon, too. And Octan. And also that's what I do with those are Jay Holland's buses, so they're very easy to put the. I have got Sodor buses in two different liveries. The green one that's seen in that one episode, the green double-decker bus. I can't remember what exact episode.
I think in the background of Save from Scrap, where Trevor's at the...
Saved from Scrap, where Trevor's in the party, but it's also seen in an episode starring Thomas, I think. Is where it first appears. But that's very briefly seen. And then it's more famously seen in Saved from Scrap. And yeah, and then also and I made a custom, and then I made it in, so that's the double-decker buses kind of inspiration, and it's like I have it as like the inland line, and then the Birdie and Bulgy. So Birdie as the single decker and Bulgy as the double decker is like the coastal line. So like the two, you know how like there's how the London Transport has like the red and green lines.
Yeah.
So my Soder buses has a red and green line.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So an inland line and a mountain line basically. So like kind of more towards Cullifell and Peel Godred and that kind of area. But they kind of just go all over the place. There's no really real rhyme or reason to it. Just wanted to have a red line and a green line and give them names. And then I also have tons of different reskins for the J. Holland's vans and lorries and stuff like that. So like, I need to redo the colors on them, but I have Builders League United of Sodor and Reliable Excavation and Demolition for red and blue and red rather.
Yeah.
Both based out of Crovansgate. And then United Coal Merchants and H. Aller Lorries for Let, which are both based off of really old assets. You probably have used them on the route. The green lorry and the blue, really bright blue lorry with the orange fuel tanks.
Okay.
White fenders, I think. And then all kinds of different stuff. I've got, but so many of them are different references. Like I've got one that's like a Lolly and Son, which is a reference to Lolly, Lolly, Lolly. Get your adverbs here. From is that from? That's from Schoolhouse Rock. Just all kinds of weird references, just everywhere. So yeah, I just references in the background are kind of the things I like to do.
Yeah, references
So like,
always fun.
yeah, exactly. So like they'll be passing by a yard with a whole bunch of lorries, and there'll be like the usual stuff like a Tidmouth milk, tanker or stuff like that. But then there'll also be something weird like a the lolly van. Well, in the lolly, that Lolly and Son. What's that?
Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here.
Exactly. It'll be a reference to that. Or Crank Co. Toys. I wonder if any of you will recognize that one right away.
No.
Oh, it's from the Batman animated series.
I've watched a
I
little bit
have-
of that, actually.
Oh, it was from like the episode, I think. Maybe the second one. I don't remember which episode, but it was. I liked the name of it. And it's very fun font that I've used. Very fun and interesting font. There's a. Oh, what was that? On
Yo,
there?
what
Right.
good?
There's There's a there's a what's the name of the guy who did the music for
Michael White, let's go.
Hello.
Oh, hey, it is.
We're at the we're near the Thomas and the Guard illustration, but where Thomas stops by the signal.
All right, I think I tried to model that actually, that section on my.
It's me, Benjamin Diamond.
Ty, who did the music for you would probably know this. Who did the music for Sonic Mania?
T-Lopes.
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 Yeah.
I have a T Lopes, like literally the initial T Lopes, like music instrument sales.
All right.
What do you mean?
Like a van that says T Lopes, music instrument sales.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
I was proud of that one. I was so proud of that one.
I remember my old channel ident music where I used the Sonic theme tune. That's actually one of T Lopes's covers, and I remember asking him if it was okay if I could use it for the channel ident, and he said that was absolutely fine.
Oh, my series' theme song is going to be like a short, like a theme song length version of the of Insane in the Rain Music's cover of the Thomas theme tune, and I've gotten his permission for that.
All right.
He's a cool dude. In fact, his words were, "Yeah, that's totally fine. I just don't know if it's going to be fine with the people who own the music." So I'll have to double check with. I'll double check with. I'll double check with Mike. Actually, that's who I'll ask. Is Mike. Mike will probably be okay with it.
Warren
What are we doing
Warren Thomas's branch line near the Thomas and the Guard illustration.
Yeah, the illustration version, not the TV series version of it, correct?
Yeah.
Also, hi,
This is-
guys.
Nice. I like
Hi,
that.
T-Jock. This is between Toriarek and Elsbridge.
Yes, we love Toy in Bellsbridge.
Basically,
I always thought it was on the old Harbour line.
Well, that is part of Tom.
Yeah,
it's
this-
technically part of Thomas's branch line. It's
Yeah, this
it's
is
a
in
separate
Railway
version
Series.
of-
This would be in the old Harbour line.
which
Oh,
is technically
interesting.
part of Thomas's branch line. It's just the old part of Thomas's branch line, not the new part of Thomas's
I
branch
think
line.
what it is because the route is mainly TV series canon and follows
Yeah.
the TV series. On Thomas's line, some of the Railway Series shots are just very random. They're just very randomly placed because, yeah,
So the best way to explain that would be, I think, in correct me if I'm wrong, please, is that since there's a lot of places where the TV series shots just jump from one place to another, and you can't obviously do that with
And
a real
al-
railway,
and
which this
also-
is supposed to.
take priority of what that location is. So, for example, like this level crossing here is the one is the one from Thomas and Bertie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah, it's the same crossing.
yeah, Natford,
Yes.
Natford crossing. But what takes the priority of that in ours is
Yeah, it's the TV
The
series version.
TV series version. Yes.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is that since the TV series locations kind of jump around a little bit, and they jump from one location to another when they're filming, and you can't really do that on a real railway, which this is supposed to imitate using TV series sets. You sometimes have to use railway series shots as filler.
yeah.
So
Because I always visioned that the you know how you have the cliff edge near the crossing there, Ty. I always thought that was put there deliberately because at the time when Reverend Audrey was doing Tank Engine Thomas again, he was building his Northwestern layout, and I always thought that was actually the reminiscence of Nafford Quarry. Because it kind of matches it kind of matches when you think about it.
Yeah.
oh, there was a quarry in Natford?
Well,
Oh!
not in model railway form, yes, but in reality, there isn't.
Oh, okay.
But,
I was about to say, when I said that, the first thought that came out into my head was, oh wait, A.W. Dry & Co.
Well, some of that. I see. I'm just putting in our not on the live stream chat, but on our talk chat there. I'm just sharing a link over the model layout section. So when you see the in the photograph. In fact, actually, for those watching the stream on YouTube, there, you guys can probably follow along with the images in question. So, if you guys look on the Thomas Wiki and look up Knapford Quarry, you'll see the image I'm talking about. So you see that there's a siding with two lines, and on the original plan, this was actually going to have like two sets of points, and two sets of points were going to go to like two sidings, and the other line was to continue on Thomas's branch line. So I always thought that's what that area is in general.
So in the Nefra Quarry area.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Because at one point, Natford did have a quarry
Yeah, I know.
until it was retconned by the Farport quarry. So I mean, before
I
Farport
always
quarry, it did get a mention in Percy Runs Away, but again, retconned.
Well, again, that was also the tie in with the model railway layout, because if you look in the illustrations and compare it to the model railway, they actually are very similar in terms of track layout designs.
Oh,
So
that actually kind of makes sense. Like
in my
he would
in
build
my
his.
yeah, in my own canon sakes, I actually think that I actually would kind of like to believe there was a quarry at Natford, which didn't really do all that well, and so it was later just later closed up here because Anova was had a lot more better stone than what was mined at Natford. So
That makes sense.
it was a very short-lived business, I suppose. So
Actually, what would also make
I
sense is that it would be part of like AW Dry & Co. It'd be like part of that.
I kind of say, like, yeah, there would probably be something about like that there, but Anova was doing a lot more better businesses, and so they kind of like sold up here. But Anova says to the business, look, if you guys want, we can still give you guys work. We need workers, so if you guys want to come to work at Nova Quarries here, we can give you all the work you need, and so you won't be out of a job.
I've only noticed now that that Henrietta is seen at the bottom left of the picture.
Yeah, I think if this was roughly around about time. I think these photographs were just before the layout was dismantled. I think Toby might have been was in the building stages at that time, because he was like partially built when they moved house. I think I'm not entirely sure, but there's not much I can go off.
Also, yes, Alex, I'm in the live stream. I'm talking right now. Hello, Alex, who's in the live chat.
Never really acknowledge the live chat these days.
The YouTube chat? Yeah, no, I can't be on both at the same time because then I'll hear myself and then it'll be terrible.
Well, you could always just turn down the volume on the YouTube thing and then just...
Yeah, I know you could. But it would also probably... it would also be... it would lag my computer, but not majorly, but a touch.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because I've got I've got a PC, I've got a MacBook, I've got other people in the house, I've got... You know how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've also been working on recently is that I've been trying to recreate Thomas and Gordon, and probably Edward and Gordon as well, so it can come out on October 9th, the anniversary of the TV series. It's gonna be.
Oh my god! Can you believe that's gonna be?
I'm gonna do it.
I thought yesterday was the TV series anniversary.
TV series anniversary is October 9th.
Oh, I always thought it was October 4th.
No, it's the 9th.
Oh, okay.
Can you believe it's going to be, what, 40 years old now? No. 40?
God.
Is it 40?
CNC Productions is 10 years old. I can't believe that.
I mean, I'm not going to reveal my age, but I'm shocked at how old it is, considering the fact that I grew up on it as reruns.
So I'm 32, like but I do remember.
Okay,
watching, like,
so if other people are not afraid to reveal their age, I'm the same age as you, so.
Yeah, but I do remember watching the second half of season 3, but only one episode, surprisingly, because Thomas was very rarely shown on television in Northern Ireland. I was very surprised like that. I can only ever see Thomas on video. I very rarely saw it on television until we got Sky TV. But I do remember. I do have one memory of seeing it on ITV when it was. Which episode? It was I only just managed to get to see the second half of Oliver Owns Up, and it was I remember just shortly after the episode aired, it then went on to like a political program, and I was like, wow. That was very. I don't know why. It must have been. But then again, like TV in Norway was always political, so you can never escape it. Not even children's TV could escape
Oh,
it.
yeah, of course. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to, but probably because it was, British, and so like,
Yeah.
at that time, it was probably like part of what they were talking about at the time.
Possibly, but there was also Thomas was also shown on RTE as well. Was it RTE2? Yeah, on RTE2 on a program like a children's network called The Den, and it was basically like a very. I wouldn't say it was cheap, but looking back at it now, it did feel a bit cheap, cheaper than the BBC's Broom Cupboard. But they did show Thomas every once in a while, but it was only season 1. You never saw season 2.
Oh,
It was
so
only,
reruns.
only
Reruns.
season 1. Only season 1.
Yeah, reruns. Probably
I
like
only
the equivalent.
I only ever actually really saw season 1, like the very early seasons, like through like a music video on a channel what's called Discovery Channel. And when Thomas was shown, like to have its own little section for music, the season 1, like the very classic series was shown. Although at the time they were airing the hit era.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, because I mean, like my first episode of Thomas was literally series 1 because before my folks actually did find out that I actually had an interest in Thomas, we only had 2 VHSs of Thomas, and both of them only one of them had a label, like a label up there. The other one was literally some members of the chat might know about this. You know how some VHSs have those little yellow it's like record tag or something. I don't know. These little yellow tags on the sleeve sections.
Yeah.
Mine had that, but it never had a label on it there. So it was always a bit of a mystery as to what that tape is. So my mum didn't never find out what it was until she put it on. She's like, "Oh, it's Thomas," and damn, that was when the bug hit me. I was in it there. No, it wasn't. They're saying if it was a price tag. No, it wasn't a price tag. I think it was like a registered label or registered tag. It was, I don't know, some VHSs had these, but they really would be green or...
It was a tag that was like at a so I'm gonna guess here, and I'm gonna say it was like a tag from like a used store, like a used tape store, like a used media store. There we go. And it would say what it was on it, but didn't actually say what was on it.
No,
right?
I don't think it. No, I don't think it was because
it was a shot in the dark.
Yeah, because both my first Thomas VHS tapes there were those card sleeve ones.
Oh, okay.
So obviously they would probably have maybe it was a price tag. I have no idea, but yeah. So I had the Thomas and the Breakdown Train and Other Stories VHS, and then the second one was Thomas Comes to Breakfast and Other Stories. And surprisingly,
that was season 2, I think.
Yeah. Had all season 2. I think it was the last one, the last video that the video collection released before it moved on to VCI. But I do remember that being my favorite VHS in my entire ever collection. It was my favorite one because it had my favorite collection of stories from season 2. And I do remember this one funny memory where we had we used to have the old video rental stores, and they had this VHS tape it was simply just called The Very Best of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, and it was basically a whole compilation of all the best episodes from season 2. And I loved that. I always really wanted to rent that video out as much as I possibly can from the video store. But at one point they didn't do it. They took it off the shelf and, I don't know, probably sent it back to, I don't know what becomes of the VHS. Probably got rid of it or somebody stole it. Well, I don't know idea. But I really wanted my own copy of this tape. And so I remember one day, me and my mum were in Tesco's, and of course, you remember the days when Tesco's had VHSs, and they had them at the checkout.
I'm American. I don't know what a Tesco is. I mean, I know it's. But I've never been in Tesco.
It's like it's a bit like Walmart or.
It's a Target. I know what it is. Target is very American.
Okay, so anyway, they had the VHSs at the checkouts, and one of them was called Thomas Tank Engine and Friends Bumper Special, and I didn't at the time. I was trying to remember what the cover of the VHS looked like. All I knew was it had the image from Safe from Scrap on it, that promo image of Thomas Safe from Scrap on it, and I saw this and the bumper special used the same image, and I thought that's probably the one I was after. And I begged my mom. Says that's the tape I've been trying to get from the video store. She says, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure it is." And then
It wasn't.
no, it wasn't. We took it home, and the first episode came up on it. There was Thomas's train. I was like, "Wait, I always thought the first episode on the tape was Thomas Percy and Nicole. What's this here?" But then I realized, oh no, I made the wrong mistake here. And then it was only when I think later on in the years when the internet came around, I looked up the VHS tape there and realized what my mistake was. But there you go. I did manage to get a copy of the tape in the end. So
Oh, that's good.
it may have taken me maybe over, I don't know, maybe over 20 years, but I finally got that copy.
My tape that I grew up obviously with Shining Time Station, and obviously, and it was, I grew up with it. I remember the only thing I really remember about Shining Time Station though is the end credits where they had the shots of the big American steam engines rolling along, and obviously some bits of the show, like actually Thomas, but like the tapes I grew up with were the season 4 tapes, and so that's why the Skarloey Railway holds a very special place in my heart.
I didn't have any memory of growing up with Shining Time, but and the first acknowledgement of Shining Time for me was for Thomas and the Magic Railroad.
I watched that movie in the theaters, and it was. I mean, in retrospect, it's
as a kid, I would just skip over the human parts because they were just boring.
Yeah, I would as well.
They weren't boring for me. For me, they weren't boring because it was part of the movie. But like in retrospect, it's a very silly movie.
Funny, I remember a couple of weeks back there, I trolled the Thomas fandom and thinking I was going to do a Thomas video when it was really just a teaser trailer for my Miniature Railway series. But I did the trailer in the style of the teaser for Magic Railroad.
That's funny.
And I was very surprised, like how much of a response it actually got. I was like, wow, okay. I didn't expect that, but I thought they were going to be angry. Like they were saying, like, how dare you give us something new and original instead of something that we were kind of expecting.
That's funny. Shoot. Yeah, no, I had I obviously had the Carlin tapes, and honestly, it's kind of weird after having watched the UK dub for so long. Occasionally I'll watch a Carlin dub every once in a while, and it's just like, why is he saying the wrong words? Why is he saying the American words?
Yeah, my first exposure to the UK dub really was the internet, because technically the first narrations of the UK narrators that I didn't know that were actually UK narrators was through Friends for Thomas, or that whatever that DVD was called, was when Michael Angelis started narrating in the US dub. That was my first exposure to Michael Angelis, and Ringo was the James Learns a Lesson DVD. That was the first time that I was exposed to Ringo. Actually, no, it could have been the Percy Takes the Plunge, Take Along DVD, which had the Best of Percy Ringo.
I did have. Sorry. I did have the. I do have it actually somewhere. The DVD, Region Zero, UK dub, restored season 1 that they released. That was all of season 1 with the original UK dub that was released, here and in UK, and then they never released any of the other ones. Here, at least. I think they released them in the UK, but they never released them here. And it was my only experience. It was my only physical media experience with the UK dubs. And it's what I think it was. I think I had already known about the UK dubs and had watched them on YouTube, and I was like, I watched some of them on YouTube, and I was like, "Ooh, this is the actual physical release of them. I'll take it." And it was the last thing I ever bought out of Barnes and Noble. It was the local. It was the last Barnes and Noble in my area, and then now none are around, of course. But
Yeah.
it was the last one I bought out of the closest Barnes and Noble, and then that Barnes and Noble closed several months later. And then I obviously was looking around for stuff like that, but none ever showed up because they never brought any over again.
I think my first ever experience to the US dub was actually through. There was an old video that Saramai from SAF did called Nitpicks video, or Saramai's Nitpicks video, and it was basically which one it was? I think he was like doing like a whole like talk through about the whole series, like what's it like during the times of season 6 and 7 release. So he did this whole lecture type thing about it, but he mentions like, you know, what would he like to see brought back, and he mentions saying bring back George Collin. That was when I first heard his narration. I was like, I never knew there was another English dub, and when I heard George's voice, I was like, this is. No offense to fans of George Collins stuff, but I listened to it and I thought to myself, like, this is very alien. I've never heard this before, and I was like, it sounds so weird. I was like, where's Ringo? So I'm so used to hearing Ringo. Who else?
So here's the thing.
Guy?
Here's the thing. If you're somebody who's used to one of the dubs, you have to take time to get used to the other dubs. So like when I'm now so used to and it's because it's I like Angelus, but it's like it's also very easy to make fun of Angelus for for some of the things he says. Angelus is very goofy in a way, but it's also very entertaining. And I had to get used to Angelus.
Angelus is the goat.
Angelus is the goat. Chomish.
Because he's the longest.
The only person who spells Thomas with CHOMAS.
Yeah, exactly. Chomish.
You have to also remember Michael Angelis narrated Thomas for at least nearly 20 years.
Yeah, he was the longest, I believe. I think. And but like it's so I had to get used to him, and it's still very foreign to me. Like when I get to, because like I have a playlist that I've made out of the Internet Archive downloads of the original, like not restored versions of the show, and it's like so I have like, and it's in the like order. So like Henry and the Elephant is after it is before Trouble in the Shed, and so it's, or Tenders and Turntables anyway, and so it's and so it's like hearing Ringo Starr and then Michael Angelis and
from work. Why? How can you just walk out then? How can you just walk out then? Oh, okay. Yeah. No, good night. Just obviously, because, well, so basically, she got a call from the parents, innit, who can look after a kid. And they're saying that obviously the kid's not well moved growing up and that, so she's actually had to go and drive down to Stoke and pick up the youth. And she's down there now. Yeah. Madness. So I just. Yeah, what we was going to do, we was going to go to the art museum and get some scrap in town. But we'll just do that next time. a second. She's proper like, you're like Sonic and she's Amy. Yeah, she's always chasing her and that. Yeah. Someone's had an ego attitude, you know. Looks like it. Claire's really calm, actually. Yeah. Or defense mechanism. Yeah, it usually is. Because when it comes to the right guys, it's not really there. That all goes away. Well, not just looks, it's just it's that, you can obviously just other things, bro. You know what I mean? But, a lot of things. A lot of things. But I've got to go though because I'm live streaming right now. So. What? Go for food? Yeah. Sound. Cool. Safe.
Wait,
Sorry, I had to leave for a second. Well, a couple of
you're
minutes.
good. Wait. Let's see if it. Okay, so. Alright, good. Yeah, I don't think that the music's being picked up.
No, it just got picked up. Just for a second while you were talking though. It was only for a second. It's not being picked up anymore.
Yeah, it seems to pick up for some reason whenever I'm talking. I don't know why.
Probably because you're talking. And it's picking it up from you talking into the mic. So do you have your it's probably because
Do I have I should probably see if I can change the mic settings to crisp.
oh, that might be smart. That might be smart. Smart.
Let's see. Does this work?
Yeah, I didn't I didn't
Did the
hear it.
music- You didn't
Nope,
hear
didn't
the
hear the
music?
music. Did not hear the music. Didn't hear the
Alright.
music.
Random people in the background.
Oh, are you hearing that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
please
sorry
mute
about that.
I mean, Ricardo was in the chat. Cool. Alex was in the chat at some point. Alex, if you're in the chat, say something.
I'm gonna turn my microphone down because I think it's picking up. It's picking up from the. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it's with the pineapple. Let's go.
I have a pen. I have an apple. I can't remember how the rest of it works.
Pineapple pen.
Pen, pineapple, apple pen.
That remember when that was a thing? Holy crap!
Oh my god.
Not gonna lie, that was kind of a jam. Cut.
Do you know what's kind of really a jam?
What?
Neil Sikaraga's music.
I do not know who that person is.
Please tell me I'm not the only person in this chat who knows who he is at least.
Who is?
Neil Sikaraga.
Who?
Okay. I know you at least know the Ultimate Showdown of the Ultimate Destiny. That's one of his songs. It's his original song. And then he's also Lemon Demon, and then he's done lots of weird mashup shit. Sorry. Well, we were swearing a lot last time we were all together, but he's done lots of weird mashup stuff, like Bustin' and trying to think of another one of his famous ones. Anything, if you've ever heard anything mashed up with Smash Mouth, it's his fault. You have to know who Neil Sikaraga is.
Also, T-Jock, I kind of find it quite ironic, T-Jock, is that Ty streams more than Curtis ever does. Even and combine all the streams Ty does daily, and he does actively more work than Curtis does on stream.
I think for Ty, he usually cheats by stealing canned stuff.
You're an ass.
You like me. You like me secretly.
I do.
Let's be honest.
I do.
Yeah, you do. You like me because I pay for the Patreon.
No, I think you're funny. I think you're cool.
Ty, you know who Neil is, don't you?
I honestly forget about that side of things sometimes.
And
Alright.
also because I pay for your Patreon.
No.
If you hear me
You could
say
honestly
something,
stop
it's
paying.
because,
You could, sorry, it's one sec. You could honestly stop paying, and you could stay here if you want.
if you hear some background noises, it's because I'm playing another game in the
What
back.
is this magic? Why did nobody tell me this?
I have been paying for a while.
Wait, what magic, T-Jock? I don't-
You've just now basically gave everybody blanche chance to not pay for your Patreon anymore. If you mean we can all stay in the Discord.
It's not. Well, it's because it's not as simple as that actually, but I can explain.
Nah, I won't stop paying for your Patreon just yet. I get credits in your description, which is nice.
Yeah, credit as well. Let's go.
I think I need to update that actually, because I do check my Patreon things and just be like, right, because it does tell me sometimes. Well, I won't get a notification when it says this person's. Do you know, I should actually do that actually, because it keeps me up to date with what's going on. Because sometimes I've actually got to log in and see if someone's downgraded their tier or stopped paying or whatever.
Apple notification.
Voice crack? I don't have to force my voice to crack, it does that naturally.
I don't like these trees.
Oh my god, sheep.
That's the little.
Somebody should replace those sheep sounds with like the Minecraft sheep sounds, and they'd be somehow less.
When are we gonna place all the sheep with Shaun the Sheep?
Are you gonna
That's
replace
It's showing the sheep.
beep?
That is gonna go somewhere.
Sheep that beep.
If someone can
sheep
make
that
the
beep.
house.
Will Tweedy's farm be on the route?
Yeah.
There has to be a
Yay.
Wallace. If there's gonna be a Shaun the Sheep reference, there has to be a Wallace and Gromit reference.
Yeah.
There's already
Most of
Wallace
that's
and
at
Gromit
Tidmouth.
Rabbit. It's in.
Ah, the fair. What's this little farm crossing?
Oh, is this the Railway series Farm Crossing?
No, which one are you on about?
The one from Bullseye.
I thought that was up at the very least near Hackenbeck or Farquhar.
Ty's just stunned. Just absolutely stunned.
Because we'd see Daisy leave Farquhar after she passed.
Let me have a look in the books.
Yeah, Daisy in Bullseye's Daisy leaves Farquhar, passes by the crossing, stops at Hackenbeck for the policeman, and it's in between between Hackenbeck and Elsbridge where Daisy encounters Champion.
I mean, it's not exactly that crossing, but I will just style it on that. So we'll.
It's the horse and cart crossing. What?
Sorry, that's my phone.
And yeah, that's right. You put Terrence's field from the Railway series near the I think it was the very start of the branch line. Like as in the field Thomas meets Terrence in the Railway series. That's gotta be near the start of the branch line, right?
I think that's a slightly
Hello?
different. 1 minute. So look. I know what you mean, but it looks similar, but it's slightly different. The bridge isn't there, and a lot of these illustrations look the same. And you don't see the church in the back. So
Yeah, it did have a church, didn't it? There's some really stuff that I don't notice at first glance. Engine Thomas again. Gallery.
Is there going to be a Capsule Corp on the route, Ty?
a what?
Now I know why it was lagging. I didn't put my computer at best performance. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, are you referring to the one in snow? Because the one I was referring to is with the Thomas signal, telegraph poles, and Thomas meets Terrence there. Because I think the one
I know
were
you're talking about that, but I'm talking about there's one where the bridge, the bridge that's
the small river bridge embankment.
yeah.
That's the second illustration.
That's what I mean. That could be anywhere.
Yeah, that really could be anywhere.
Oh, do you have I know. I hate that sound. Do you have any idea if
Blue, your mic's really quiet.
Yeah, oh, okay. Well, I turned it down so that you guys wouldn't hear the people in my house, but that's okay.
Alright, I'm turning up the volume.
Do you guys have any idea, or Ty, sorry. Do you have any idea if I know Jake is working on the harbor that's based on book Knapford Harbor, correct?
I'm pretty sure the the harbor set is like you mean Railway series Knapford Harbor. That's got to be at New Harbor That's got to be at the New Harbor.
Yeah,
Because
I was wondering if he was.
I think behind Tidmouth, the Tidmouth area.
Yes, I was wondering if he was. What is that popping sound?
I don't know, but
Okay,
the New
it's pissing
Harbor
me off.
is with Tidmouth Halt. If I'm being honest, that makes actually a lot of sense. It kind of
It
combines
does.
the two, considering at some point Percy's Promise was going to start at New Harbor, but then season 3 came along and went, oh no, Tidmouth Halt
Okay.
actually makes a lot more sense. So after two together.
Okay, I was asking Ty something.
Sorry, go on.
Do you know if he's gonna have the building that is the Chandlers or whatever it's called, like the E.L. Marmot or Marmot? It's not what it's called. Marriott Chandlers and Shipbuilders or whatever. There.
Which place are you at?
I'm on about. Let me find the picture in the. Oh God, that fucking sound is pissing me off.
It's not coming
This
from
happens
here.
every. Well, it's
No, it's not me.
ETL Marriott Ships Chandlers. It from Duck Takes Charge. The second illustration in Duck Takes Charge. Here, let me just send it to you.
Oh, you mean that one? You mean like as in the one with Percy passing by?
Percy passing by with it. Yeah, it's on the yeah, I don't know if you're gonna have like a custom asset for it or just have like signs on a building. But I was just curious because like I might have I'm thinking about other. I ask all these questions about like, hey, what's the name of the Brickworks? What's the name of the Brickworks? Because I might have a private owner wagon for the Brickworks, or are you gonna have this
All right, no,
particular
that's it.
building? What? Huh? What'd you say? Anyway, or are you gonna have this particular building that shows up in the Railway series / the TV series because I might have a private owner wagon for it? That's why I ask all these weird questions.
Okay.
Oh, I do believe that I had another question. Where are you putting the signal from Percy and the signal? The signal. The signal. The up signal.
I think that's going.
The up quadrant signal.
I think that's going near the harbour, the season 2 harbour.
Okay, cool. The new harbor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting theory by Reese B. Davis, stating that the whole apparently the Percy signal area is by the North Junction. Apparently, like this theory that going around that Reese B. Davis pulled out that that apparently Knapford, the North station, apparently appeared as far back as Troublesome Engines, which kind of bewildered me for a second because there was the general consensus is that the station before I would say Percy the Small Engine was always been the South Junction. But then you made an interesting point of how the sea is a lot closer apparently, and and when you see the South Junction, it's just surrounded by countryside.
Uh-huh.
And the layout go as follows: you come out of the Tidmouth tunnel, come up to the curve, you go to the signal there, you approach the backing signal, go under a bridge, and then you enter the yard, and then you arrive at the North Junction. And then go past the North Junction, go around the curve, bridge, and then approach the South Junction, which pretty much looks like Elsbridge. And I also noticed what I also not noticed is that the South Junction has a footwalk instead of a footbridge. You get to the platforms walking on the tracks by the railway instead of a footbridge, and I was like, wow, I never even noticed that. That's quite interesting, actually.
So I'm gonna have in my series the fact that it's since it's an up signal, and by that point it's gonna be the they're gonna be building the actually wait. Let me think about this. Since it's an upper quadrant signal, and my Peel Godward branch is northeastern style electrification at that point, it would make sense for it to be a London Northeastern style signal. So I'm going to have it so that Percy's instead taking goods to the Peel Godward branch, and that's why he finds a upper quadrant signal, because that branch would have upper quadrant signals.
Fair.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I just because I think the explanation that they give in like the theory is that the reason it's an upper quadrant signal is that the Northwestern Railway was testing out upper quadrant signals to see if it would prevent basically Henry's crash from happening again, because snow forced the signal to show line clear when it should have been up, and if snow piled onto a signal that was upper quadrant, it would just show down. It would show stop if it was supposed to be line clear, and then it would be it wouldn't be as bad. It wouldn't be as bad of a situation if a train stopped at a signal that was supposed to be line clear, because then the signal box behind it could stop a train that was behind an unintentionally stopped train. But yeah, that makes sense. But I don't know about that, because then none of the rest of the signals in the rest of the series ever showed as being upper quadrant signals. So I yeah, so I guess I'll play around with it. It's kind of an interesting idea that I'd been playing with for a while. Anyway, I'm probably going to mute for a little bit, but I'll still be in the call.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
All right, now then. All right. Hmm.
Did this. I love adding like junk on like farm areas.
Bruh. Fair.
You should put Clarkson's farm on the route.
Who's the guy? Is it Caleb or whatever his name is?
Oh yeah, Caleb.
I know a lot of people dislike the sheep.
Wait, just like what?
The sheep because they make the noise.
Oh yeah, the man. That was also a common complaint found in the hybrid.
I wouldn't mind the sheep sounds if they were all like stock Shaun the Sheep.
John the Sheep sounds
Just plays
based.
just plays the theme
Honestly,
song.
no. Yeah,
No, I
oh,
have just get a radio.
That would be even worse.
Just get a radio with the Shaun the Sheep's theme.
We're
Actually, you
gonna
know
have
what?
to-
Actually, you
we're
know
gonna have
what?
to skip from Timmy Tom.
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't mind an asset that plays a different variety of music. Like, for example, if there's gonna be a sheep around, just have a radio in a farm with Shaun the Sheep's theme, and maybe at Titmuth, if we have the Wallace and Gromit area, we can maybe have a radio playing the Wallace and Gromit theme. Just different radios placed all around the route with their own different themes.
I'm sure you could figure it out, Eli.
Figure out what
Figure out how to make a radio. Put
I could
music
make
on
an
it.
asset. I could make an asset. Maybe get Benny to help me with it because I don't know how to place. I wouldn't know how to place sounds in an asset.
Didn't you replace some of the sound?
Yeah, no,
with
yeah, no,
the
but
SI3D thing.
yeah,
The
that's
SI3D
right.
churches.
I,
So
I,
it shouldn't be that hard.
I did that, but that's the thing. I don't like how like I can replace the sound, but not add sound. As in, like if I want to make a blender sound, if I want to make a blender asset and then maybe add some sound to it,
Have a tutorial.
perhaps. I gotta really get around to 3D modeling at some point.
You need to get around to live streaming. You keep saying you're going to do it.
Yeah, I know. I tested it. It's just that I fear that my laptop's gonna lag out everything, especially with OBS.
Why not just do it on Discord for a time?
Wait, stream it on Discord.
Yeah, just share your screen on Discord. Just share your screen on Discord in one of the many servers. Do that for a bit, and then when you get a new laptop or some bit of hardware,
Right? Maybe. I gotta probably put at least 1 or 2 videos out by the time I start streaming like regularly. Maybe after the Thomas and Gordon
How, how's your
recreation.
how's your like your big CNC compilation coming along?
Barely in progress. I mean, it's been halted at the moment because of homework. Lots and lots of homework.
Oh yeah, okay.
And plus I have and also I have to that's been halted because I'm also right now working for the Thomas and Gordon remake.
I see.
I don't want to overwork myself.
No, we don't want that.
Let's see the live chat. Let's see what's going on in chat. Okay. Team SVU Phantom. Firstly Fan 1998. Alex, Jacob Memorial. Cal Eaton. Alex Transport Games. The real Liam. That we got someone. There's someone I know here. Wow. He makes some really good models. Highly suggest you try some of them. He makes really good SI3D styled models, and that I really like. And the best part about them is that they're accurately scaled to their real life model.
Oh, sorry, what? What were you talking about? I was
Oh,
something else.
Liam, the real with Liam in the chat. He makes the SI3D styled models.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
And yeah, really accurate.
You've been speaking his praises.
Yep, and they're really good models. Oh, GW Shunter is GWR Shunter's in the chat.
Oh, it's Matt.
What are you talking about, Liam? I'm talking about how good.
I'm not dead. I'm just concentrating.
Liam,
Wait, the GWR Shunter.
Yes, the GWR Shunter, Matt.
Oh hi.
Also, Liam, I'm talking about how good your models are. That's what I'm talking about. They're really very nice. You're very welcome. You have to stream on low volume. Fair. Oh my god, it's the real Neil SNM2 Productions. It's the real Neil Box Tank. Hello, how our day is fine, Neil.
I think Four Ways Farm was a thing on the route. Ages ago.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who kind of half remembers Four Ways Farm.
I never watched that. I just remember it from like VHS promos.
Oh, the VCI promos.
Yeah.
That's all I know. And that tiny bit of the theme.
Oh wow, you actually made the bridge from Thomas and Birdie. It's not just the TV series version. It's actually the Railway series version as well.
Yeah. We kind of need a more accurate version of it, but Benny said they'll eventually.
There was a time Curtis incorrectly placed this near Knapford instead of after Trial. In his hybrid, at least.
I thought it's called Toyrek Road Bridge.
Yeah, it's south of Toryrek.
Technically, I mean, it is here as well, so.
It's here, but here it makes sense because remember Thomas stops at Elsbridge in the TV series.
Yeah. So Bertie comes through here.
You could say he stops at Eli's Bridge.
He can choose.
Oh, that's right, Eli's Bridge. Let's go.
He can choose to turn right.
What's that little yard near the sports hall?
I see a factory in the back.
Factory.
I do not recognize this yard.
No, it's just freelance.
Freelance fair.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, I saw a
I
factory.
liked it.
I saw a factory after the road bridge. Is that? I saw the chocolate factory for split set. I mean, I know that's in the I think it's in the Kirkronan or.
It's a shot
branch?
from Emily's New Coaches.
Oh, Emily's New Coaches. That's right. That's that Thomas shocked face thing.
Shouldn't that bit be near the
The crossing.
The crossing.
It is.
Oh, is it leading up to it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, so we're approaching.
I thought you put it in a completely different location.
Wait, are we actually approaching the crossing? Oh wow, look at that, we are.
Hooray!
Someone DM'd me. Hold on. Oh, it's just a club from a university. Never mind.
Welcome to your club. Welcome to Squidward.
Welcome to Club Sandwich.
I'm gonna need that Knapford Station shed asset soon, Liam says. Just kidding. In the original storyboard, Emily's new coaches, Toby was supposed to appear instead, but Oliver replaced him for some reason. I feel like if this was going to be a railway series, Toby would still be the one needing to be pushed off the crossing.
I like whoever did that one Enemy's New Coaches remake and put Derek on the crossing instead of Oliver.
It was Darth.
Yeah, Darth. Yeah, that was a good video. It gave Derek something to do.
Reason I want Toby to be, if this was a railway series, and I would probably still
You want Toby to die?
But, no, it's simply because if there was a concept of Emily being brought back to the railway, is that nobody recognizes her, and if this would be like in the 50s, so sometime after Toby arrives. Emily would probably be back in service, and nobody recognizes Emily. It was and Valve Gear Studios gave me a smart idea that no one recognizes her until Edward speaks with Emily, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember you. You were there in the 20s, and everyone's like, oh what? No way, Emily was here. Is older than us. I thought she was just some sort of new engine. Also, I gift character that Emily is just a motherly figure. I kind of like what All Engines Go did with Emily. She was the motherly figure, not the just another girl in the shed.
To be fair, I've not really seen anything from All Engines Go.
I haven't seen anything from All Engines Go, but
I don't really intend to.
I haven't seen anything from All Engines Go either. It's just that, but from what I've heard, Emily was given the motherly approach for Thomas, and to be fair, I'm actually not bothered by it. I actually don't mind that idea. kind of like a mentor.
Part of me still, misses mean Emily from the Hit era. I still kind of miss Emily being angry all the time.
Hurry up, slow coach. Shut up, bitch, said Edward.
Oh wow! I just walked into the call hearing that. I just walked into the call. I just hear someone
Yeah. You're like, what's your problem with the guy who just joined? What's your problem with him? Why have you got beef with him? Why are you calling him a bitch? You're so rude, Eli.
There's nothing better than accidental.
No, why did I get called a bird?
There's nothing better than accidental comedic timing. You gotta love it.
That's why he called me a bitch.
It just, oh my god, it always happens.
Yeah.
I always bring it's always the comedic timing. It's always with me and someone else with the comedic timing.
I just say hello there, bitch. I just hear that. I'm like, what?
No, the joke was that I was making was when T-Juck said he kind of missed Emily always being angry in the Hit era, and I just followed up with, "Hurry up, slow coach. Shut up, bitch," said Edward. That's why. That's why. That's why you heard me say bitch.
I know it's such a hot take, but I do kind of really do like. I have to low-key admit, I do kind of like Emily being an immediate ass to everybody throughout the era.
I wouldn't mind that Emily is kind of bossy at some point. You know, kind of like how a mother sometimes always is kind of a bit too much on their children.
Yeah, sometimes
and
it is a bit too much,
and
but it's a bit more. It's a bit more different than just having uber nice Emily. Not that
yeah,
I don't
uber
want to
nice
CGI
Emily is kind of
but it's a bit too uber nice. I would like Vice.
Emily
we did
get
we did get a bit of angry Emily a little bit in the I think it was shit, what's that Salty story in season 7 where Emily reprimands Thomas and Percy for teasing Salty.
That's a justified anger, but I kind of just miss her just being just.
That was, I think, the only time Emily was
a bit of a bitch to everyone, and I'm just like, I like you fine with it. I think
it's quite fun.
Makes it different.
It's quite funny that even at times a nice Emily can get angry. She's not always like, oh, I'm the pretty girl. I never get angry. She can be justifiably angry sometimes.
She's basically Mario movie Princess Peach.
Oh yeah,
as
Mario
Emily would say,
movie.
I will push this tree out of my way.
That's a very recent example. Wow, actually, really good example.
I still need to watch the Mario movie.
Same.
It's actually good. Actually, I've seen it in theaters.
I know it's good, but
I've seen it.
I just need to watch it. I just haven't got around to watching it.
I've seen it twice in theaters. One time with just myself, and the other time with my mom when I was visiting my home. And we both liked the movie. There's gonna be a sequel, by the way. It's been confirmed that there's gonna be a sequel.
Hmm.
Oh, there is.
Yep.
Yeah, I would rather them make more sequels to that than do whatever they did prior to Super Mario.
I will push this tree out of my way, said Emily. I don't know why. It just funny to me as a kid. Like Emily just pushing a tree, and just thinking about that nowadays how heavy a tree is. That's kind of funny to me.
Yeah, but she's an
And the
ancient chicken.
tree rolled onto the workman and killed him.
Wait, what? And then Emily said, "I will push this tree out of my way," but he didn't see the workman in front of him. Her, nah, I'm dumb. Yeah, I'm violent.
Wait, Emily, wait! You killed Bob.
I will push this tree out of my
Listen,
way.
She took her special to Farmer McColl's.
I'll take my special. So wait, what part are we working on right now, Ty? I just got in here.
So we're not too. Basically, this is like the last area I'm going to work on is like basically in between like the railway series Thomas and Bertie Bridge and the intersection, which is not really too much work. It's but I've been sorting out which I need to quickly just do these, which is basically just like the countryside and the fields and stuff like that nearby. But when Thomas's line is nearly done.
Really? Wow.
Wait, what? Wait, what? You're joking, right?
Not-
He said, "Wait,
not,
done."
not the entire line.
Not yeah, what he means is it's the section that he's working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
It's
about to say,
nearly
you said
done.
the entire line, like, damn.
No.
I think they would need to. I don't know who's working on the north bit.
Jake.
Yeah, they will need to merge whenever he's done
What?
with that
Jake's
stuff.
still-
What's the quarry gonna look like?
Jake's still got like half of the harbour line.
I gotcha.
So is Jake working pretty much everything that's north of Tidmouth and Ellsbridge?
Like a lot of the Tidmouth stuff, like Lower Tidmouth, Tidmouth Bay, Tidmouth Holt, the upper side of Thomas's harbour line, which connects to
I gotcha.
basically going off Mitten logic in that way.
Isn't the quarry gonna be like a merged version of like different types of? Isn't it gonna be like different seasons of the quarry, just like one specific version?
So wait, Ty is almost almost done with Thomas's branch line. Wow. Also, Ty,
Can I eat it?
If you see someone in the chat named Jake Rutigliano, try to avoid it. Avoid him at all cost.
Why?
Because from the last live streams that he was in, he keeps asking for a 1940s version of this route for some reason, just for his fan fiction.
You hear
Oh.
that kind of stuff all the time.
And also, he's kind of a creep.
Oh,
Oh,
Thomas. Oh,
Just to give just a heads up.
Well, that's new.
all these cows and
Yeah,
mooing.
I
in my
would,
head.
I would give out some more details of this certain individual, but I don't want to share it on stream, considering how
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
they
you might
they
as well
really
just-
are. They're really bad.
I don't know why it just suddenly came to my mind, but it would just be funny in one of the fields in this route if you just put Goku's house in the middle of
Who's
it.
Do it.
out?
No,
Do it.
Mount Palsy would have to be done properly.
It's
Mine,
a whole Mount Paozu.
I would pay extra for my Patreon if you put Mount Paozu where near Coldie Fell.
Thing is, though, you could like import models from other games. It's very doable.
What?
Jesse Ortiz, hello. The music guy's here.
Oh, Jesse, hello.
Hi.
Rare appearance.
Hi.
Hey guys,
You
I'm
eating
at
somewhere?
Is he eating?
Applebee's with the other half of the workshop.
Oh my gosh, Applebee's, where they make broken food.
No, the three big
Oh my goodness.
Sports, politics, and
0 out of
religion.
10,
Those are the
no
three big
apples
topics
or
you never
peas.
bring up.
Hi. Wait, what?
Second one?
Sports, politics, religion.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Let me.
Why don't parents that again? Oh,
Who are those people?
There's
It's like
there's Thomas,
like
there's Robert,
Oh.
there's Gavin, there's Nathan, there's Ryan, there's Southern, and Cedric.
Oh,
What?
Southern?
What?
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 No
What?
way! Wow.
No,
Yeah.
what?
Oh wow.
Oh, there
Hello
we go.
there.
Adrian appeared.
What?
Oh my god!
Oh my
Hello,
god,
guys.
there's so many people I suddenly recognized.
I
Sodrian,
recognize
what?
now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I recognize.
Sovereign,
you.
no
Hello there,
way.
guy.
Holy shit.
Hybrid Percy wins, Adrian.
You guys have You guys are hanging out, man. You guys have a good time, man. You guys have a great time.
You have fun.
Who's in this call right here?
you guys are still
Hello.
Just the
Media.
eye. Just the eye. Hello.
Hello there.
The eye is the gateway to the soul, they say.
The gateway
Hello there. Right?
into the Sodrian.
Okay. Let me try this.
Which I gotta really.
I will yell out the Mickey Mouse voice right here, right now. Watch.
Why?
Watch me.
So Jesse so Jesse and everyone who's at Applebee's right now, including Severn and Severn. And
You like guys like
Sudrian,
frozen
sorry.
food?
Sudrian, sorry. Ty is doing Thomas's branch line, and he's working up from Toriarek to.
I think he's lagging.
Coming out of your
This man
Ty
is
is
spazzing.
Yeah, Ty's working from Toriarek to Elsbridge.
Oh damn.
He just did the crossing, the Thomas crossing.
I think he can't hear you because of the noise.
Fair.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've been to Applebee's and it's very noisy. Can I have some food, please?
Just give me all them, Jesse. Give me all them apples. Give me all them apples and get. I'm gonna and then just give me all the apples so I can just get stung by bees.
I just laughed. Give me these.
No, Jesse's the kind of person who just put apples in a certain trap area so he can lure me in and get and activate that set trap and so I can get fucking stung by bees. Welcome to Applebee's. Welcome to Applebee's, everyone.
0 out of 10. Applebee's didn't have any apples or bees.
Up there.
Here, please.
Oh, thank you.
Bye, guys.
I can't believe that Sojin and them
Bye.
just popped up out of
Bye,
nowhere.
bye,
That was
Jesse.
random. What the heck?
Oh,
Jesse.
Yo.
That's so cool. It's so cool that they're hanging out. What the fuck? That's so cool.
Man, I wish I lived in America sometimes.
Man, I wish I had a man. I wish makes me wish I graduated already so I can maybe at least explore the world.
You know what? One thing.
I mean, technically, I'm technically trying to make a budget so I can go for the Audrey X5.
I
Also-
took some time
Oh,
off in
wait a minute,
July,
where the hell is it?
hoping that those days I booked off is going to be around Audrey X.
And maybe we could, yeah, Audrey X.
I just
and-
came
If I
from
can
there.
make it, then it would be quite it would be really funny. Hee funny.
It'd be really be
Like,
hee funny.
it's you, Eli.
Yeah, it would be really hee
And then-
funny
and
to
then
meet the
just say
team
hi
job,
and then just never speak to each other for the rest of the event.
bruh. But also, I'm
Just say
hoping
hi
maybe,
and then just don't speak.
bruh. Also, we really cool if also we just visit some other heritage railways as well. It's not just Audrey 5. We could also visit other heritage railways around Britain.
I just did that. I just came from some of those places. Ones were Wales and none other places. And one thing I realized going to the UK is the transferring American dollars to British pounds is actually expensive, and I hate it.
No,
I'm
no.
glad
British
I don't.
pounds,
Ugh.
pounds would always be larger than
Yeah. Holy
dollars.
shit.
Like
Like
the inflation,
how do people?
the inf-
I don't know how.
the inflation is crazy.
I don't know how they handled that. I think I would. I think I would probably. I don't know. I feel like I would be broke. 'Cause I feel like if I tried to live there, I'm gonna be honest.
How do I
Probably
feel
people
about?
who live there though.
How do you, Ty? There's a question in here. How do you feel about the Japanese Thomas PC, The Magical Adventure?
I never played that, but I played the other ones growing up. The building a new line and stuff like that.
I only grew up with Trouble on the Tracks on PC. And that's it.
Trouble on the Tracks.
Trouble on the Tracks was my definitive Thomas PC game.
I just remember very vividly painting them and repairing them in the workshops and hearing the theme on loop again and again.
I also grew up with two other Thomas games, Hero of the Rails on DS, and that really obscure V Smile Thomas game that was based on calling all engines.
Okay.
It's a very obscure game. It's a.
Oh, I just recognized something. I forgot to. I think I remember I was like, I'm trying to. When we guys were talking about the Ultra again, I just got reminded when I was seeing one of the coaches and I met Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3 randomly because of the voice. And I was the first one to find out and expose his secret identity. And they posted on Twitter.
That's the most reoccurring theme from this year's Order X is that everybody's like, Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3 was there, and people were like, oh, I didn't get to see him.
I kind of find it.
No,
I kind of find it really surprising.
Figure it out. And I was the first one to figure it out, and we talked, and then everyone was saying, "Wait, it's him," and we both said, "Oh," and he said, "Yeah."
I'm surprised nobody went, "That's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard." When someone said, "Oh,
I made him say that.
Great.
That was so funny because I figured it out, and he said on his Twitter saying, "Trent, you're the reason why my identity got leaked," because he was right behind me. That was so funny just from his voice in general. I just was like, oh, nah.
Oh, okay, so Neil asked the question about the Magical Adventure because they owned the game. Okay, that's fair. Also, I missed a comment here. This is on the stream. If Salty Stormy's Tale was in the Railway series, would Thomas, Percy, and Emily be replaced by Bill, Ben, and Edward? Yes.
Yes.
I would absolutely 100% agree with that. That is actually a better cast. In actuality, Bill and Ben would make a lot more sense considering in the previous Salty stories, Bill and Ben were present, so that makes a lot more sense than just suddenly Thomas and Percy. Yeah, sure, Thomas and Percy were in the background in some of the Salty episodes, but they never directly they didn't chat with Salty until this very moment. Plus, it just doesn't make sense for Thomas and Edward, for Thomas and Percy to just be the ones teasing.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for Edward to be on Edward's branch line.
Emily.
No, it doesn't make. I was making a joke.
Oh, it was a joke.
And I was like, oh yeah, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense for Edward to be on Edward's branch line.
I guess the joke really went whoosh over my head. Whooshed. That means you didn't get the joke.
You could say it whooshed past.
Or / whooshed. Okay, let's see what else in chat. Oh yeah, there was people correcting me. There we are. Yeah, Salty Stormy Tale. Yep. I wasn't reading chat. I'm silly. This has been an eventful a really eventful stream for me for the first time for me. Like I've joined Ty for the first time, and this has been proven to be the most eventful stream that I've ever been in.
There's always fun and games around here. I say the most mundane voice ever.
True.
Yeah, it's always high octane violence and sex and gore on this channel.
Did you say violent sex and gore?
High octane violence, sex and gore.
It's
Tyro
no.
the name for the streams.
If Benny was here, he would be correcting you by saying it's violence in movies and sex on TV. Just a family. Because
good old fashioned values.
Yeah, because Benny's the family guy. He's the big family guy.
Violent sex gore. What's this? 1997 MTV.
Bruh.
What?
Alright, continue checking the chat. Nothing new. Yeah, that's right. You streamed a bit earlier. What were you doing in the earlier stream, Ty?
Literally just this.
I think
the same bit.
I think he was just doing this bit.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Beatles song? I don't have a favorite. I have a lot of good Beatles songs.
Oh, I have too many to pick. From.
I think
Because then you can do all the because then if you go, what's your favorite song? As a true Beatles fan, you're then gonna have to go, yeah, but what's your favorite mix?
Oh man, but the one I keep commonly hearing is "Here Comes the Sun." That's not a very.
I find that a bit too overrated, personally, because everybody learns to sing that song in like elementary and primary school.
Yep, and also it's the song commonly used in those memes for a nuclear bomb.
It was also featured in the B movie.
Have you heard the parody of Wonderful Christmas Time? And it's Christmas time, bring out the wine. Uncle Jim's got his favorite jumper.
What?
What? How have I've not heard this.
It's a parody of Wonderful Christmas Time, taking the piss out of Paul McCartney, and then he said, yeah, Paul McCartney's like that. John Lennon's like this. It's Christmas time, people are dying. Go fuck yourself. So funny.
No, I think my favourite Beatles song is "And I Love Her," or "If I Fell."
Hang on, where the fuck?
I also like the fact that "She Loves You" was kind of referenced.
Did you say she loves you?
Just Curtis spams the "She Loves You" spamming soundboard. That's been a while since we've heard that soundboard on the hybrid.
It's because the joke. It's because we killed the joke. We took it out back and shot it in the back.
Oh no.
Yeah.
David Russell asks, "Hey guys, I got an idea for your driving live. If you guys liking." Oh, I didn't get the question. Okay. David Russell asks again, why not have Oliver with Henrietta, Elsie, and Toad? Oh, it's Titfield Thunderbolt. I kind of suspected it was Titfield Thunderbolt when I saw Oliver with Henrietta.
Well, you see, David, that would be copyright infringement on the Titfield Thunderbolt.
Somebody actually did reskins of all of those things.
It's kind of funny because the Titfield Thunderbolt has the bogeyed version of Henrietta Spaces instead of the single bogey.
Is that true? I never.
Yeah, no.
I was just watching it the other day and I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Titfield Thunderbolt has the double bogey. Wispeak and Tramp. Wispeak coach.
Oh, that's interesting. Is it the same? Is it the 16-ton or the 20-ton version of the
It's
Toads?
the. Oh no, not Toads. I'm not sure which Toad brake fan they used.
I think they
They,
used the
all I
16-ton,
know
though.
that all I know is that they did use a Toad brake fan, and the reason why they used the USB coach was simply because they didn't have an auto coach.
That's funny. Yeah. Did you know they used two because the line that they used didn't have a turntable, they had to use two of the engines to make it look like they turned it around.
Here's a little fun trivia from Thunderbolt. Apparently, in the beginning shot with the Battle of Britain class, apparently the light side caught fire after the Battle of Britain class went out of shot.
Oh god, that's funny.
The line side caught fire. Well,
That's
like behind
really
their
funny.
backs.
That's really funny. The oh, that sucks. The
If I was gonna make a Titfield Thunderbolt reference with that opening shot, I should make it at the Freeway Road Bridge, considering it has a similar layout.
It does have a similar layout. That is interesting. Yeah. I love the bit with Lion. Lion's great in that movie. He just steals the show as the actual Thunderbolt.
I also like the Titfield Thunderbolt references that the fandom sometimes makes. There's only one exception though, and that's Victor Tanzik. It's not very
All lives
original.
matter. They really do.
Well, everything he says is just verbal diarrhea.
Also, he kind of rushes his story sometimes. Like, we never get any conclusions with that Lori in the episode. Like the Lori apparently hates the railway from the very start, and then at the end, it's just suddenly he suddenly cares. No, he's just so weird. He went from hating the railway to liking the railway. Like, you can't just do that.
To be fair, I can't really remember much of his storylines.
Fair.
To be fair.
The most memorable thing from the season was the fact that Victor Tanzik kept killing off his characters, including Thomas, even though he's not really dead.
How Jeffrey got killed by a pipe, I will never understand.
The moment I saw
Why
Jeffrey
are we
die in
talking
the
about
metal pipe.
Victor Tanzing?
Oh, it's
How does it
because
happen?
because it went from
Eli brought up the name.
Yeah, because it transitioned from Titfield Thunderbolt to Victor Tanzik.
I know, but why? How did we allow this to happen?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I didn't think we would get this far.
And let this real reminder is that one user compared Victor Tanzik to the Railway series, and he ultimately said that Victor Tanzik was better than the Railway series, and everyone was just sitting there.
I'm sorry,
Like-
but in any universe where you killed off the marketable character, you kind of lost me. You've jumped the shark.
Oh my god.
I'd say Mad Bomber Thomas is a bigger badass.
No, Mad
Consider-
Bomber Thomas
consider-
is more respectful to the Railway series because Thomas still survives.
Yeah,
being
Thomas
blown
still
up.
Thomas survives being blown up twice,
Oh my god.
and that's saying a lot.
The memes have started.
Thomas lay upside down with severe burns.
The
You
memes have
trucks have been
started.
really well behaved today. I can't remember the rest of the line, but I just remember that one line.
Sick of all this coal.
It's a drama. It's a drama. It's great. I'll star in it.
Okay, don't spoil it.
I love that he made multiple teaser trailers for episode 2 and then just never did episode 2.
Yeah, he just canceled it. Just straight up canceled it. Okay,
He
you want
cancelled
no,
it.
no. Okay, no, we're not
I
making
wanna
episode
do
2.
this- I don't want
Bye.
to do this slightly well thought out Mad Bomber sequel. And it looks practically effects. I'm just going to do cheeky review videos of all my Thomas
I'm gonna
stuff
make this
and then
competition.
blow them all up.
I'm gonna make this competition of the Mad Bomber, and then and rate it. Oh, I rated it very good. Oh, look at that! I can't afford to do episode 2. Looks like I'm gonna have to cancel it.
You know what you should have done? You know what?
What was
when
Leo's
that one
what was
channel
Leo's
launched-
mindset? What was
I don't
Leo's
know.
mindset right
I
at
don't know.
that?
He probably got attacked by a huntsman spider.
Yet you got attacked by Benny in the future, saying, "No, you cannot do episode 2."
You remember when the biggest controversy the fandom, the fan content wise, was Shed 17?
Oh, God, I remember those days. What even is Paul's Vids even doing today?
I don't know.
He hasn't uploaded in forever.
It's true.
I'm not. I want to clarify that when I'm going to say this, I'm not making fun of you, but the way you said that reminded me of the old bit from Saturday Night Live where they would do the Barry Gibbs talk show and, do you have anything to add? Nah, I don't. Just very, I don't know.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Eli was trying to make up his mind about something, but that's a
But
story.
that's another
for
story.
day.
It's a story for another day. Makes me want.
I hate
wanna-
that line now because of Tanzig. I can't
Yeah,
say that. I
it-
can't say
it's-
that with a straight face.
People are just straight up resorting to "that's another story" simply to avoid Victor Tanzig's phrasing.
No, I just wouldn't use any of those lines. I would just end
The
the
line
story
is-
after the last line.
Victor Tanzig, no, but Victor Tanzig doesn't use "that's another story." He just uses "that's a story for another day."
But that's a story for another day.
But the line is, but that no wait how's it said? Because I know I wrote,
It said multiple.
but I
times.
mustn't
It's usually-
spoil. But I mustn't. But that would spoil another story because
I shan't tell you any more, for that will spoil the next story. Or
That's in
something like that.
yeah that's in the Toby and the Stout Gentleman.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
the most
Toby
common
and the
one
Stout.
is, that's another story.
That's another. Yes, that's another story.
That's the line.
Yeah.
We don't hear that phrase after season 2.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the books because, like, a lot of my writing is based on, like, when I do, because I write in a script style, like actual, like,
Or
TV
most,
script?
How most TV scripts end with "Don't you."
don't you? Actually,
I
I
wonder if Rusty is right. Don't you?
No.
the first
No,
time that
he's
appears
not
in
right.
this, the first time that appears is the Sad Story of Henry, and God, I hate that.
No, and also
Because it's-
in Rusty and the Boulder, the YouTube poop made my Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3. When Alec Baldwin just goes, "I wonder if Rusty is right, don't you?" He just puts the freaking Tourette's guy going, "No!" and it just keeps repeating it until the Tourette's guy says a swear.
But no, in the Sad Story of Henry, because it's
Or come out Henry if you're wrong.
wrong. Yeah, exactly. You're wrong.
Yeah, the entire ending dialogue is also changed in US dub. It's just the narrator asking the audience, "How long do you think Henry will stay in the tunnel?"
Yeah,
Always and always and always. What did you not get by that? Oh wait, you didn't get that line. You didn't get that.
I changed it.
You got a
slight-
It was
line
really
of
dark. It
dialogue.
was really dark for a kids show. Come on.
I changed
They-
it a bit. I
That
put in
changed it a
after.
lot.
Well,
They
I
changed it
for
quite
my
a lot.
series. I'm talking about for my series. I've changed it so that after the fat director, because it's still the fat director, he says, the narrator says that the fat director doesn't want to put him in there for always and always and always, but he was so angry that he didn't care what he did. So it's a little bit more humanization of
No, that's
Topham Hatt.
what I thought the general consensus was that the Fat Controller was so angry with Henry, he just straight up said, "No, we're leaving you here for always and always."
I'm
He
still
was
of
so
the mi-
he
I'm
was
still
so
of the mind-
angry. He was so fed up with Henry, with all the trouble that he's been given ever since Henry came into his life on the railway, that the Fat Controller straight up says, "We're leaving you here for always and always."
Even though he doesn't really want to do that, essentially, is what I'm saying.
I'm still off the mind that he just got so pissed. He was just so pissed. He was like, right, that's it. It's probably better to just leave you there. And then just by having coincidence, when Gordon broke down, he was like, oh yeah, okay, I need to use Henry now.
Well,
Yep.
it's kind of what I'm saying in my adaptation of Edward, Gordon, and Henry. Yes,
I think,
but then
I still think it's funnier that he was just like, no, I'm just going to leave you there. Just don't
kind
care.
of
I'm gonna
is
leave
what
you there."
happens. Yeah.
I know.
So
I think it's funnier that he's just like, right, that's it. I'm
so
leaving
in the
you there.
final
I don't care
narration
anymore."
of Sad Story of Henry, the narrator says, specifically, not that the narrator believes that Henry should be locked up in the tunnel, and don't you, but that Topham Hatt, Henry deserves to be locked up in the tunnel, and do you? Like, it's presented as an actual, like,
Oh shit! The chat. I forgot the chat.
An
Rebecca-
actual,
Oh
like,
yeah.
theoretical, like an actual, like question, like an actual, like, philosophical question, sort of.
You know what?
Philosophical may not be the right word I'm looking for.
Unlike Curtis, I'm actually actively reading the chat while Ty is live.
Oh, why are you just
I'm
rubbing salt
burning-
in everyone's room? Why are you just rubbing salt in everyone's rooms today, Eli?
Because I want to. Also, David Russell says with Rebecca and Oliver. That's right. For the Tickfield Thunderbolt opening, Rebecca, I would ideally use Rebecca and Oliver, considering they've made actual characters of the engines used in that opening. I did watch that. Anyway, I don't know which it's referring
I
to.
just want to
Anyway,
say this
anyway,
to the guy who said Victor jumped the shark when he did Stories of War. I'm going to say he jumped the shark when he introduced the SCP into his universe.
oh yeah.
Actually, that
Anyway,
would be
this
an interesting thing
route
to
is
have as a background cameo, not like as an actual thing, but just like have a little background cameo of the SCP logo, but like actually have it like feature. No,
David Russell
like-
says to Ty. Sorry. David Russell says to Ty. Anyway, this route is perfect for "Don't Cross Duck" by Furry Truck Mike. Don't you really have to depend where exactly the crossing
I
in
thought
mind is.
Carson already used the version of the IRS that was available at the time. Ball Don't Cross Duck.
Yeah, with the abandoned truck. I think there was a truck that was derailed near the crossing. Also, what were you saying, Blue?
No, I was just saying. I was just making a comment that because I was saying I was talking to Ty earlier, and I think you were here, Eli, that that I do a lot of bits, like gags about pop culture references being in the background of my eventual series, and I wouldn't necessarily put in the SCP Foundation, but that would be something I could see being in the background, but actually making it a like thing that is focused on in a series would be no. I mean, if because like yeah, no, I don't see it. I don't see it. That is very jumping
Two,
the shark.
two,
Jumping the
five,
shark.
2544 Shadow. Yeah, I already saw. We already discussed the jump to shark. All right. He says again. You know the reason why he didn't make a mad bomber was because Hit was on a massive striking spree back then, and anything Thomas related was either blocked or at worst terminated. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Holy crap! All right, then fair. Actually fair. Jesus. He canceled it in case of the risk and that would amount to nothing. Jeez.
I mean, that's not good. That's not really stopping anybody else today from doing another Mad
Yeah,
Bomber.
today though, and today's standards, that's not stopping anyone.
Yeah,
he says again.
I mean, if anybody wants to do it, I will happily
T-Jock,
fund some of it.
T-Jock,
I will
Shadow
happily make fun of it.
Shadow says, T-Jock, that's your jump to shark moment. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's silly, but there were worse moments before that for sure.
Fun fact about jumping the shark: it originally was a term that meant it was meant to be a term that describes a show has just reached its peak. This is a good moment. Nothing's going to top it. It was only after some comedian used it as like, this is a bad thing they did. They jumped the shark. That in the pop culture lexicon, that the term's now been used to describe, it's gone too far.
Really? Because I've always known it as. No, there was.
But that was originally what the term was. It was originally used to describe basically the jump the shark originated from Happy Days.
Yeah, Happy
where
Days.
Bosley jumps the shark, but that was
which is the most ridiculous thing.
At the time. Yeah, but at the time, that episode was regarded as a really good episode, and the jump the shark term was originally used to describe a series that's gone so good a moment that nothing can top it.
I did not know that. I genuinely did not know that.
After some comedian, I don't know who did it, started using it a bit negatively to describe something that's gone, they've gone too far. That's unbelievable. Why would they do that?
I genuinely did not know that.
Has become a negative phrase.
That's genuinely new to me. I learned something today.
Learning is cool sometimes.
TIL.
I'm learning.
I say that all the time. Never even watched Simpsons except for maybe I watched the movie. That's literally all I
recently rewatched the movie the other day. It's so good.
I watched the movie only for the reason of I watched the movie. It was a movie to watch. And I still quote tons of Simpson lines all the time just because of pop culture osmosis.
I quote the movie all the time.
I don't really quote the movie, but I quote other Simpsons things. Pop culture osmosis is a hell of a drug.
I haven't seen the movie simply because I haven't really watched The Simpsons a lot to make me think. Yeah, now it's a good time to watch the movie.
You don't really need to have seen most of the Simpsons seasons. The movie is fairly standalone.
Yeah, that's probably why I watched the movie, was because I was told it was standalone. Maybe.
And it's funnier than pretty much most of the Simpsons, and I would say it's funnier than most of classic Simpsons. I think it's just such a well written movie.
It was good. It was actually really good. It is great standalone. I remember one thing that really stuck out, and this is not anything to do about the movie itself, was when I saw it on it was right before digital projection was totally taken over. Totally had taken over, so it was an old film, actual physical media film projector, and it was really loud and clanky. So it's not like I couldn't hear the movie, but I heard the movie, but I also heard the movie projector. It was very weird.
Mm.
I need to see the movie again because I don't remember much of it. It was a good movie though. I do remember it was good. But yeah, no, I quote The Simpsons all the time just because of pop culture osmosis, and that's one of the ones I quote a lot. Is I'm learning. Also, Smirk, the Smirk
No,
quote.
I think the only thing I really quote from The Simpsons is steamed hams. That whole
Steamed
thing
hams?
is ingrained to my brain.
That is
It's
ingrained in a
it's-
lot of people's brains.
Steam Hams is quite literally the most quoted Simpsons episodes of all time.
It is very quotable. But I am so smart.
Yeah.
I am so smart. SMRT. I mean SMART. It's very, 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 very. It is one of. It is something that just lives in this house.
The thing that will stick to mind is lousy smart weather. Of the 13th month.
Going to study right now? They're going to do anything. They won't. You got to see Supernova. That once like Supernova stuff that happened. No, the one that's like this week supposed to walk in like the star. Apparently, I have to get talking back. Apparently, there's a star that's up there. You can be able to see it with the human eye. So that's that it. But if it's saying that we have to do. I don't perform I mean, global race cars. I go into something I go to Maddox. Because then
There was a child outside making monkey noises. What the hell? Okay, so I still need to do... these road edges here. That bridge, and this set here, and I think... yeah, this road. There's not that much to do now. I'm nearly done. Oh, and some cottages.
What's next after this whole bit, once you've done this bit?
The Crowens Gate area.
Yay.
So I'm going to do that.
I'm trying to get the wharf done.
I think I'm going to leave that to Jake. Because what's going to happen
Yes,
is...
go ahead.
we're going to swap. Me and Jake are going to swap eventually because I said I'll do some parts of his bit, which is at the Thomas Harbour line and maybe Tidmouth Holt. So maybe he could just. And I've not discussed this, but I thought it'd be kind of just natural to do. Is like, well, yeah, because Jake's better with doing like industrial, like dockside kind of areas. He's just
He is really good at that.
yeah,
Though.
yeah. He's got way more of a knack with it than me, so I trust him more with that.
And you know, don't feel. I know. I don't. How should I say this? Don't feel bad about the fact that like maybe you feel like you can't do that. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, so he probably feels like he has weaknesses that you can cover better than he can.
Yeah, I mean, like I could do, but I feel like Jake would have a much natural, better initiative at doing it. Really. So, yeah, so we go to the crossing. Yeah. I haven't shown this bit yet.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Birdie.
Birdie.
It's a Pinty Mill.
The Windy Mill.
Windy Miller.
Wait, where is this again? Like this is the Southern? Or I don't know.
This
From
is
which
just
left to right? From left to you're going to
Torrey.
Torreyrick?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
which is this.
Wait, how are you? Wait, that means how are you gonna deal with the windmill on in the actual cannon
Eli?
placement?
We'll just do it again. Screw it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
technically,
if I
technically,
remember
once
if I
you
remember
can, he would have copy and pasted this area onto Toby's line.
it's funny. If you actually put the location of the windmill from the Mitten map, that it would be on Duck's branch line if you really think about it.
Speaking of, what is the plan for Toby's old line? Is that going to be like, is that going to be on Sodor, or is that going to be on like the mainland?
It's going to be on Sodor.
Oh, okay. So no, like,
Been
hey, we're
established
also
that it's been on Sodor.
yeah. I don't love that, but you know, it
I
should technically
kind
be
of.
the Wiz Beach and
It depends
well.
whether if I'm in a Rory series mood, I do like Toby being from East Anglia, but
Yeah,
I think in
yeah.
terms of TV series, I kind of like the idea that there's just a tramway in the north that Toby runs.
Yeah.
Whether it's
I
connected,
mean,
whether you like it being connected to Thomas's line in like the later seasons when it's reopened, that I kind of flip flop about.
That's a little silly, yeah. But
I mean,
yeah,
Toby
I
having a
guess
connection to the quarry from his line makes sense. I mean, having Arlesdale End go all the way down to Olsted, probably not.
yeah, there's so much silly in the
Not silly. It's just kind of like
in
I
the
don't
TV
really,
series.
It's just more. It's just like it's just there's no lines just end. It's like some fan maps they just have like a lot of lines connect to each other.
Yeah.
Like how the Pale Godred is connected to the little Western.
Oh, that makes
or
no sense. Oh God.
which doesn't really, which I don't really like. That kind of no. But I flip flop between a lot of stuff. Really, it just depends on what mood and how you make sense of it.
I wanted to, Ty, can I get a look at that yard at Toryrec? I just want to look at it real quickly. That was very interesting track plan. I liked it. I haven't seen it yet, so I was just wondering if I could get a look at it.
One sec.
Okay.
Okay. Let's have a look at that Thomas and Bertie shot. So it's a thatched cottage, a church.
Okay. See my patience. God. My roommates keep slamming the doors, and I told them, hey, you can't be slamming the door. The door slams can be heard throughout the entire apartment.
When you fix
And
this damn
they,
door.
So anyway,
and
they slamming.
and they keep slamming, and they just slammed it even harder, and I'm like, they just left and they just slammed the door harder. I'm like, you're testing my patience. You're pushing it.
Like, hey man, I wanna kill ya. Do it again.
Tucker, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
There's a... What is it? There's like an industrial... I feel like there should be like a small... Well, no, there's fields here. You don't see a village in the background. There's trees in the distance, so... The trees will go about here. Yeah. So... Okay.
You guys didn't hear that, right?
What?
Hello?
What?
Well,
You
no,
guys didn't hear.
I
No.
All right.
hear what?
Oh no, video in the background.
No, yeah, no, I didn't hear anything.
Good. All right.
some of this at U.S. Chef Source, so that when you have a Caesar and you want a little bit more dressing, you have a little bit.
Yeah, that's a little bit more.
Okay, so it's nearly done. Hooray.
Awesome.
Not too long. So basically it's well, from the Thomas and Bertie shot up to the intersection. That's all we got to do.
Thank you. It's great.
Let's probably do that tomorrow. Yeah.
You're gonna be streaming tomorrow?
Probably Sunday. I don't mind. I like streaming on Sunday. I'm very adamant to get Thomas's line done. Very, very adamant. Test run.
Test run time. Let's go. Who are you gonna test run with?
I think Thomas and Daisy.
The Daisy.
Oopsie daisy.
I think Liam made a Daisy. Highly suggest that you check it out, Ty.
Is it compatible with
Yeah, yes, it's compatible with Tane.
yeah, there's a lot of content these days that's not.
It's also compatible with Trains 2012.
Okay.
Sent the link in live stream chat for burial.
The real
Models.
Liam. Yeah, Liam's models are great. They not only recreated the SI3D style models, they also recreated the JH 5500s models. The early 2006 models. They've made in numbers 1 to 10, Bill and Ben, Boko, Daisy, Diesel, Elizabeth, and Rex. Rex with the recreated SI3D 2006 face. Joby, what are you doing here?
You're and your mum, said Joby.
Here comes Thomas.
Look out for the train.
Also, highly suggest you checking out Branchline Cruise Thomas, as that one's really accurate to the proportions.
Yeah, be me and Scanny Thomas. I need a Percy as well.
I got you as well.
Is there?
I
Sorry.
remember where. I don't remember the exact name, but I do know who made them. I think it was Great Destinations.
Is there a Daisy that has a changeable, like, destination board?
I
That
don't
is
know.
TBS style.
I think there is for 19 or 22 or whatever, but I think it's unreleased.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's the Patreon
Okay, I can wait.
exclusive, that one.
I can wait.
Or
I can
are
be
you? Great
patient.
Destination. Oh yeah, Great Destinations is also making a Gordon at some point. Where are you? That's the website.
After this, I'll do they just have a summary, which is just a small like scene. And Marin FC from the episode or whatever. I'll be right back.
Oh, Eli.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
Can you ask Benny if
What?
I can? Well, actually, well, yes. Can you ask Benny if I can have permission to like reskin the shops so that I
The
can
wh-
have like more than
the
just
what?
one shop?
Yeah,
the shops.
maybe. I can ask Benny.
Okay, just ask. Because
Alright,
like
what is the
I.
website?
Because I'd rather ask for permission to reskin than say, hey, can you make 50 billion different types of shops
There.
out of the shops?
Yeah, here we go. I found the website. Found the website where they made the Percy. The workbench. It's the workbench. Put that. Daisy's at the windmill.
Daisy and friends.
Branchline Crew also created an accurate James and Edward.
Well, the Branchline crew did the Edward that's reskinnable, right?
I think.
Yeah, because I asked about about an Edward that's reskinnable recently, and somebody pointed me to the Branchline crew.
I think Liam's in the chat right now saying it's about to be over when I release updated models of his stuff. Liam also says, I think Great Destinations is making a Gordon. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. About to be so much better than mine. Bro.
But yeah, I need a, because I know TSI's Edward is not reskinnable. And the only like, and he's the only one of like the cast that would be during, you know, around during the war that is not reskinnable from TSI.
Shadow says in the chat, I'm surprised you're still using John's old Annie and Clarabo. Yeah,
Tell the person in the chat that Ty uses
yeah, Ty's right
old
now
lame, old lame versions of, no, I'm kidding, Ty. But Ty does use an older version of trains.
the older version. It's Tane.
Tane is an older version. That's older than... Is that older than 12?
No, 10 came after 12.
Oh, well, it's still older than 19. Which is...
Trilby.
Which is older
Oh
than...
wait, where are we? That's... Which bridge is this?
This is
That's the Val...
Junction.
Isaac.
If you want to be
Trilby.
technical...
Liam says,
Tane is-
Trilby, what are you doing here? I'm sorry, sir. I just wanted to be special. Well, Trilby, you are special. I know that now, sir.
You have special needs, Toby.
This is... It appears to be near Whistling Woods?
No.
Greenwald.
Oh, Greenwald, sorry.
No, actually,
Greenwald.
it's not Greenwald. This is
Oh.
I mean, I know that Whistling Woods is close by, though.
ish. This is from Thomas's shortcut.
But yeah, the shortcut where Thomas messes up everything. Because he doesn't know directions. He's not a bus.
And I noticed it was quite woodsy around there, so I just added a brief bit of woodland that I did after
The White Arch Bridge. Still can't believe that's actually based on a real life bridge.
I can. It's very pretty.
Daisy stuck at the side.
I don't know if that's why. I don't know if that's why I believe it's, you know, I understand it's based on a real bridge.
Down means go, but up means stop. Up is still, must go back. Oh no, I'm going forwards.
It's fine.
Daisy took the children to the sports field halt, but completely not past the station, because she couldn't be bothered to deliver the children.
Glory wreck.
Glory wreck, more like glory wreck.
Hey, there's Chobi. Hello, Chobi.
Hey.
Hello, Daisy. We're wrong roading.
Oh, there's crosses over there, you know. They aren't wrong roading, they're driving American.
This is the UK.
Yes. See, now Toby's right roading now. But Daisy...
Daisy's
oh no,
on a-
Daisy's in
This
the
is
middle.
in the middle line.
Daisy in the middle.
No, she's right. She's
Daisy's about to have a collision course with Thomas.
Daisy be like, I'm going to die, and so will you someday.
Clearly, somebody needs to put a crossover there, Ty.
Hey, Thomas the Zick Dryer. Beep, 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 Whitley, please.
These both need to be home.
The fact that you added both a passenger and goods line for the branch line. I like that. See the chat. So, oh, yeah, Alex says, so this is Eli. So this is what Eli's doing while me and Hood watch Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah, I mean...
Oh, what kind of movie are they watching? Oh.
Oh, they're in I4 Engineering Works watching Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah, they're watching something.
Liam asked Ty, is the sports field building available?
I don't know.
I don't believe it is yet. I don't believe it is
oh,
because
Alex,
I have
are you not
everything.
using Benny's sports field hall?
I don't believe he is.
Oh, right. Alex now says, responded, to, we watched High Plains Drifter. Don't know what that movie is.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Toby is speed running.
Toby is doing a contest I do all the time. That is...
Toby, disobeyed the speed limit.
Toby would be the kind of tram engine to just disobey the speed limit.
I love... I never realized that from watching the show, but from watching Unlucky Tug videos, I'm like, oh yeah, chaotic grandpa. I love that characterization of him.
Shit, Thomas is going fast. 50 on a branch line.
That is pretty fast.
He be nooming.
Hold the phone. Eli, you're here? I've been here the whole chat. What do you mean?
Hello,
and Andre, I've been here the whole time. What are you talking about, huh? I've access to Ty's Patreon, okay?
He's been here for a week. What are you doing, Andre?
For real.
Combined.
What's up, by the way? Yes, what's up, Andre? He makes some good stuff. Highly check out. I highly suggest you check out Andre's content.
Home medium.
Oh, thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Gumbus, have you brought the medals? The chocolate medals.
A chocolate medals. What's
Chocolate medal.
That was the whole purpose of the episode. Is that Thomas not only brought gold medals, but he brought chocolate medals, so the Fat Controller can eat them all.
I do love me some chocolate medals.
So we just
You
passing
do
the-
realise that the chocolate medals were only meant for the children who lost.
Oh no! Oh no!
Screw them.
Oh no! The chocolate medals were branded by Mr. Beast, meaning they're even worse.
Oh no!
Right.
Don't get why the hill to the bridge in that illustration is so steep.
No idea.
Why is that so steep in the illustration?
We know.
It's that one Emily's new coach's shot where Tom.
Robbie could see Oliver, but Toby didn't care if he stopped in time.
He decided to kill Oliver before replacing him in the episode.
This is what you get for taking my role.
It was either Toby or Percy. Percy was the second role as well. Apparently, he was going to be the one stuck at the crossing as well.
Medium ring. There we go. Man, I love these. I love these signals. They're so good.
One calendar shot.
The Fitbit way.
Curtis placed this at Farquhar, I think. We are now approaching Ellsbridge.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have a sound effect for this.
Hellsbridge is beside a river.
I like it. I like it.
Meanwhile, Stacy's just speeding.
Meow.
Fucking meow. Don't understand why, but I like both themes of Daisy. I'd say the season 2 theme. I'd say the season 2
theme is better than the S2 theme.
CGI theme is good. I would say the season 2 theme would
Season
only
2
be
is
played.
iconic, but I think S20 is the better theme
I know.
overall.
I know.
Season
I
2
would.
is
What I would
iconic
suggest
because
though
it's
is that
a
the
frickin' stripper song.
the season 2 song, I would say, it is simply before Daisy starts to mature. I would say
I don't
this
think
is
Daisy's ever been mature.
yeah no. I mean
Even-
like
even in
she.
season 20.
I mean
the
like she
same.
becomes accustomed. Like she starts to become a little bit better, and then it can transition to the season 20 theme.
Yeah.
Always like
Funny
that
enough,
idea.
I've also done a recreation of the Series 2 theme, which...
We're approaching the windmill shot. Hello, windmill that we never see again after season 3.
Hello, Mr. Windmill. Hello, Thomas. Oh no, the windmill can
I call him
away.
Fred.
Oh no,
love
Fred,
it.
you
What-
call it Fred? That means does he have a high pitched scream?
No.
Was it Wild Nor'Wester that had a engine in a like mill that was or some kind of shop?
Oh,
No,
that
that's-
was like
no,
a-
he's-
Atlas. I loved
Atlas.
that. That was so
You have
good.
either you have
was mine.
Atlas and Andre, who he turned into a boat. Now we got Ellsbridge with the runaway sighting.
Ellsbridge is beside a river.
Not by David Mitten's logic, who places the little season free bridge, cutting bridge right before the river bridge.
See, I placed the cutting bridge after the river bridge.
Here comes the Thomas and the guard shot. Andre says, "Hello, Mr. Wind."
Hello, Mr. Wind.
That's a pretty shot.
Liam says, "Where's the season free snow windmill shot in the later classic season intro?" That's the general consensus is that shot is near Ulfstead.
Isn't
Yeah.
that S3 that later S3 windmill's just on Ulfstead.
I guess Ulfstead
there
also
people
has a
that-
windmill.
Are there people that think that windmill's supposed to be the same windmill?
I thought it was when I was a kid, but not anymore. When I was a kid, I thought it was the same damn windmill.
Oh yeah, that's right. You made this the little Thomas and Stepney shot. That's clever. That's really clever.
Eli, tries putting the other Thomas and Stepney shot somewhere else.
Yeah, but it's similar. It's similar to the Thomas and Stepney shot.
If anything, I would say it's more similar to that one Trust Thomas shot.
I thought that was near the quarry. Oh yeah, that's right. It kind of does look like it.
We paid Thomas back for bumping us, but we'll pay him instead. One engine
One engine as good as another.
That actually does kind of work.
Keep in mind, this was kind of technically a copy paste of Trucks. I'd like to imagine that the events of both of these stories take place on the same day. Just Gordon giving out bad advice.
That would be funny.
Do you know what's funny? I was going to try and put the Owen Bell Earl shot right here.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
I'm so disappointed you didn't go with that, Ty.
Yeah, but it doesn't work because the church is behind the bridge.
I'll forgive you for not putting it there if you put it, say, on the way to Ulfstead.
I could do that. I was going to put it close to Farquhar anyway, but I mean, it's. If the church wasn't, the church is there in the illustration, and it's close though.
It's almost close.
Bridge Elves is beside a lake.
Lakeside is beside a lake. Wait.
River is Ellsbridge beside.
River Bridge is beside the Elves.
Shadow. Wait, is this bit based on something else? This is based on the Thomas and Birdie shot.
No, this is based on your mum.
Try and use that on Alex, and he'll go, "No, my mom's dead." Literally, don't do that. That you've tried to. Yeah, his actual mom is dead, by the way. He mentioned that on the hybrid stream on Thursday.
Well, I wasn't here for the hybrid stream. I was
Actually, no. It wasn't called. It wasn't called hybrid stream at that. It's just the regular.
Yeah, that's the community stream. I know.
The community stream.
Is this the TV series Thomas and the Guard shot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Andre says his throat is dying. I hope your throat gets better.
Get a new throat.
Yeah.
Big Eli's.
What do you mean?
I'm saying to Andre, for him to take your throat so that he has a better throat.
Is Daisy? She's at Knapford already. Wow.
I bet you she's on her way to Titmouth.
She's going at 10 miles per hour at a signal.
Oh,
That's so slow, Daisy. Why are you so slow?
did Daisy spad?
This is why you use invisible signals for this. This is why you use invisible signals, so you don't run into this situation.
Did Daisy spad? Daisy totally spatted.
Well, at least Daisy's now right roading.
Yeah, that's true.
True that.
Andre says, "Lamouth, cheers." Actually, yeah, I'm gonna get a new throat.
Man, this is genuinely so. Ooh, roundabout. This is genuinely so.
A roundabout. A runabout. I'll steal it.
Steal it.
No
one
will ever know.
will ever know.
Liam says, "Gotta love Netford." True.
Netford
TV
is very
series,
pretty.
Netford is very, very based.
It's
Also,
very
hi,
pretty.
Liam asks, "When do we see Ulfsted's wink face?"
It's very pretty, Ty.
You just because of that, you don't get to see Ulfsted.
It's absolutely gorgeous, Ty.
I really like Netford. Really, really like it.
So what would that building there be? I want to call it a town hall, but I know that's probably not right. Okay, I did. Okay, so.
Oh, we're right behind where Dennis beat the crap out of Rosie in that one store. Actually, no, on All Eyes on Dennis. And also where Edward and Gordon teased the shit out of Spamcam. Netford Glow Up says Retro Wings.
For
David Russell says, so which Farquhar station do you all like? Speaking for everyone.
What, which version of the asset, or which interpretation?
I'd say he's talking about which interpretation of Farquhar.
Season 5.
I grew up with.
We don't see a lot of season 5, but I do like season 5 Farquhar.
You do see more of the yard in season 5.
The yard just straight up disappears in season 8 Farquhar, but doesn't mean it doesn't look bad. You could say the yard is there. It's just the tracks from the classic series just straight up disappear.
Did you add a turntable to that bit of Knapford Harbour?
I'm looking forward to seeing what we're gonna see in
not
this.
not that turntable. I meant back towards. Yeah. This area.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, it's the Brendan turntable.
Oh, it totally is.
I find it quite ironic that the yard in One Good Turn in the original SI380 iOS is at Brendam when it's meant to be Upper Brendam. I kind of find it ironic that you accidentally placed it in the right location.
Is that a new crane asset?
Yeah, that's
I love
that
the yellow
yard
crane.
the yard you see in season 3 is actually Upper Brendam.
Yeah,
you can barely see in that one shot. You barely see. I'm gonna send the image. I'm gonna send the image.
There's a shot of one of the twins where you see the Upper Brendam station building.
You barely see it, but it is there.
And it's there in the concert, and the yard is there in the concert art with the station.
Oh, hey, we were talking about. This is from. I opened up.
I'm gonna find the image.
Live stream chat, and we were talking about the.
But
there
I
it is.
like how they combined both season 2 and 3 yards. I think that's pretty clever.
Ooh,
if you weren't going to do big yards, if you weren't going to do each yard separate.
Oh, are you gonna have any signage around the scrapyards that's gonna say Crocs, or are you gonna have signage around the scrapyards that's gonna say Soder's Scrap Co?
Here we go. Look in the live stream chat.
Okay.
Here it is. You see it on the very left
Man.
of I think either Bill or Ben, but it's right here. There's the images. Live stream chat.
Yeah, so in Edward's line, I've just got to do this bit. Not that much.
Ooh, what's that gorge? Where it says
There's the. Did you see the live stream chat, Ty?
no, a bit down towards the end of the baseboard. What's that set? I meant where the flag is.
Oh, there.
Andre says, I don't know why, but I can't help but smile whenever I see Netflix yards and harbor in the iOS.
Thank you.
Trailer park.
Oh yeah, you do see the station. That's crazy.
It's barely visible, but it is there.
That's interesting, actually. It's really crazy.
This is, I presume, after exiting Suttery, right?
Suttery looks amazing. Is there going to be 2 separate Suttery stations, or just the one lower?
The
Suttery?
hybrid did that. I'm not sure if Ty's going to do it.
That makes sense.
I did 2 separate surgeries.
Is there an old Suttery harbor this time around, or has that been pulled up?
I think that's that's dead in the water now.
Okay. Yeah. I do love this.
I mean, you can say that where they've got where the marina is the old harbor.
That would make sense, yeah.
Here's a little bit of interesting lore. Did you know that apparently when they for Suttery Harbor, the parts of the castle fell into the harbor area, and that's what led to the closure. It ultimately blocked the access to the harbor, which is what ultimately led to the closure of the harbor.
Yeah.
I think I knew about that, but I'm not 100% sure I knew.
It was probably because that part was damaged, and it was only until that point where it finally just gave in and just fell into the harbor. Just talk about some really bad timing.
Yeah, exactly. That actually also, what's the plan for Kirk Ronan harbor? Is there going to be harbor at Kirk Ronan, or is it just going to be like?
Yeah, we will do.
Okay, cool.
Don't know how it's going to look just yet.
I also just realized that you see a smudge above Bill or Ben's face where the numbers used to be.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they were going to do numbers for the show, and then they took them off.
They even mention it in the Diseasel. They say names and numbers, but they never show them.
and then they decided not to do the numbers.
It's the same case where they tried to get the Spark arrested for Toby, but they never did it.
Oh, that's right.
Where have you put the playground closed until further notice, Ty?
It's before Drya.
Ah, I see.
Right. Callan has replaced Allsborough. That Callan's just Allsborough now, is it?
Yeah.
I don't really know how I feel about it, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. I personally like having Callan and Allsborough being 2 separate locations.
Oh, okay. Oh, Callan, yes. Callan.
Because they have the same building structure.
Yes,
it's the same station.
Is Callan? Yeah. Which one is it? Is it
same
called
station,
Callan or Allsborough?
But in the TV series, there's a lack of a Arlesdale Railway.
Yeah, pretty much. What is it called on the route? Is it Callan or Allsborough?
It's Allsborough. It's Allsborough.
Allsborough. Okay. So that is actually the big question. Is Arlesdale Railway present?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I think it's been present since they first started working on it in 2019.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm gonna go because it's getting late, so I'm gonna.
Okay.
Alright, goodbye.
Good chatting.
Goodbye,
Good watching.
Ty.
Your
Bye, everyone.
streamers. Bye bye.
See you next time.
Yes, goodbye, everyone.